Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Ringlight Fables. I am your host and dungeon master, Skijaramaz, otherwise known as Toneshift, currently fighting with my various windows on my PC because I did not have the shit set up properly today, it would seem. One moment, while I get everything put where it belongs. Okay, that's close enough for now. I can fix the rest of it later. Yes, hi, hello, I am here, and I am joined with our full cast of players, starting with SepiaWolfe playing Tuki Fletcher, our Crovan thief.
Hello.
Next up, we have Mick playing Boron, our half-dwarven battlemaster.
Salutations.
Next, we have Willyzin playing Ludviek, our Rythari paladin of Suna.
Hell base Skidge. I'm being surrounded by amazing people.
Aw. Next up, we have Goldwyn playing Minnove, our kobold, bard, and sorceress.
You know, usually this is where I say, hello, everyone! Hello! We do this like a little bit of hello, but hello!
Hi.
Hi.
Hi!
Hello.
Bringing in the energy today.
Yeah, and breaking out my eardrums, thank you.
Just bringing in the big energy! And last but certainly not least... Homogus. Last but certainly not least, we have Impulsive playing Kari, our Crovan bard. What are you wanting at? Okay, he is dead. Understood.
It happens.
Does it? I don't know. I just slipped a tiny visual gag into the recording. Anyway, so, where last we left off, our band of adventurers had taken some time to rest and recuperate in the city of Antarine, while also gathering what information they could on Fort Rediron, a location in the Barenfel Mountains that, by all accounts and by all available information, is home to a mining operation where the workforce is comprised entirely of enslaved kobolds, Minnove's mother Najira among them. In the hopes of setting these kobolds free and getting Minnove reunited with her mother, the party has done what they can to gather information and have found themselves coming into conflict, at least on one occasion, with the Jade Halberds, the mercenary organization who seems to have been put in charge of maintaining the security and operational integrity of the mine as overseers and security. With the location of the fort secured thanks to interrogations and other various points of interest and a general understanding of what to expect, the party has sent word back to their employer Godfrey Halkis in the Academy city of Asmara before setting out from the city of Antarine to make their way toward the Barenfels to find a way up to this fort high in the mountains to set the Dragonkin free. A journey that's going to be probably easier said than done. But first thing, of course, is first. As where we left off, you were all taking your leave from the city of Antarine, but we did also have Impulsive leave us for a little bit near the end, so I just want to make sure that there's nothing else the group wants to do before we set out. If there are no last-minute preparations.
None here.
From
All right.
Antarine, right?
Yep. I already focus pinged everyone. We should be looking right at it.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. Hang on. Refreshing. Roll 20.
Other
Oh no.
Yeah, roll 20 busted. All right.
Oh no. No boy.
And back in.
other than
And it-
saying, anybody know how many kobolds we're dealing with in the land?
No idea.
You
At
don't
least
have a-
one.
Yeah, so you don't have a specific number. I'll just give this to you. You don't have a specific number, but you can safely assume that there's probably more than a dozen to 2 dozen kobolds still being held in that mine. Probably significantly more than that, because a significant chunk of the population is being used as hostages, essentially, as leverage to force the workers to work, or if they in any way step out of line or fight back or anything of the sort. By all accounts from the kobolds you've already met, those that are kept as leverage are often, well, harmed in retaliation.
At least one.
At
All
least.
right.
Right.
So,
So you don't have a
People-
precise number.
yeah, I don't have a precise number. They
How much would it be? Let's assume 100 kobolds. How much would it be to get food for 100 kobolds for an entire week?
Well, let's assume. I mean, we know how much Minnove eats, so let's say that's the
What?
average amount. I didn't say that in character. All right, you know what? I should have said that in character. You know what? I'll say that in character. Well, we know how much Minnove eats, so that would be the average amount. Maybe
What?
above average.
But
Has he said
true.
something
Fair.
wrong? True.
Reasonable.
You're well fed, it seems.
I mean, yeah, it's because I, try to take care of myself. But when I was on the road and on the streets and such, I didn't eat too much. But I got by with the odd. I got by the odd supply of meat here and there.
All right. Well,
So I will go ahead and say, for purposes, on account of the fact that kobolds are carnivores, of course, they can derive far more nutrition from a somewhat smaller amount of meat than, say, a human or a Kraven, just because their metabolism demands it. So on that front, you might not necessarily need as much per kobold. Their bodies are also smaller. They don't need as much fuel. So, looking on page 147 of the player's handbook at trade goods, it's 2 copper pieces for 1 pound of flour or 1, I am assuming, a live chicken. Chickens lay eggs prodigiously. I don't want us to get too lost in the sauce of logistics in session, because that's just mathematical chaos. But you could extrapolate some math out from that. If you wanted to get just 100 live chickens, that would be like 2 gold pieces, I think.
but we'd have to slaughter them and prepare them and.
Yeah,
I can eat eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
was gonna say-
if you give me eggs, I can eat eggs.
Yeah.
I was going to say more like, let's just look toward dried meat would probably be the best idea for travel refuge.
Wait,
Yeah.
are we
Also,
saying
I-
eggs aren't carnivorous?
I
No.
just
We're not.
Okay, I was just saying. With the egg comment, I was like, what?
Yeah, no, you
course
can
I
have.
just want
Yeah,
to
no.
prevent. I just want to prevent the kobolds from possibly
Starving.
raiding.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, starving is going to be the main
Yeah.
issue, especially with moving so many. I would think actually a place like this would have considerable supplies already. Perhaps when
Yeah.
we free them, we may be able to raid their stores there. But on the off chance they don't, I would say the main
They
thing.
did say that they have the fields livestock.
That is true.
I
You
mean-
you do have this information. It was mentioned to you, and the Kralvin would recall this. So
All right.
it was mentioned to you. While you weren't given specifics, I don't think. It has been a bit, and I'm not a Kralvin, so my memory isn't perfect. But back when you were hanging out with Torek and the rest of the escapees on the shores of the lake, it was mentioned to you that in order to maintain a purely carnivorous population, there were establishments throughout the valley that the mine and the fort are located in to provide sustenance.
Okay.
And eggs were a big part of that sustenance. So,
Right.
Yeah,
I still
But if
think
we're
we
escaping-
should like buy whatever we can for kobold compatible rations.
It is a
I
good
mean-
idea. We will be needing to move quickly, and we will not want to stop too much. So, the
Yeah.
most we can have beforehand would be better.
Mhm.
But
And
anything
most
we can also.
cost- I was going to say the most cost-effective thing would be eggs, in terms of like amount of nutrients and protein.
What about dried meat?
Dried meat is not nearly as good as an egg. Well, it depends on the meat, and also that's going to get so expensive.
yeah,
Dried meat
that's kind of the
is
trade-off.
very expensive.
That's like one of the most expensive things that you could name.
Yeah, like here's the
Alright.
thing.
Alright.
Dried meat keeps for a long time, but it also is more expensive because a big process went into drying it. An egg won't necessarily keep for as long, but if you can eat it fresh, you can easily replace them because chickens don't need to breed to lay eggs. They just shit those things out all the time.
And
Essentially,
eggs
we just have to
for
have-
like 2 weeks or something.
And also, transporting all of this is going to be the issue. Like, the cart has been upgraded, but it only can carry so much.
I mean, I can walk.
Also,
And then rocking.
Yeah, I'll just walk with Tuki.
hang on. Also, like, I'm pretty sure that if you don't, eggs are fine if you don't refrigerate them. Like, oddly enough, you have to refrigerate them if you refrigerate them. Eggs are weird like that.
We can
It's-
also boil them as well.
Yes.
True.
It's more so if you use, as a guy who's handled chickens, as long as you don't actually take off the original laying dirt and enzyme that's on the outside, those things can keep for weeks in room temperature.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
It's when they're washed that the enzyme is washed off that it will start to go back.
okay.
And like I said, we can also boil the eggs, and that,
That
will also
would-
just keep.
I think that would drastically reduce the amount of time.
Yeah, then they need to be refrigerated after that. Boiling is
Yep.
probably around 24 to 48 hours. But of course, we're using meta knowledge of, some of us being cooks. So,
Well, either or.
I mean, your character is in character a cook.
okay. Which is true. Yes. I would say the best thing we could do.
Well-
eggs would be the cheapest one. However, we should only take so many because 1, they break easily. 2, we've got quite a long ways to go, and we have no idea if we can find more carts along the way. We'll need to have as much space in the carts as possible for those who cannot walk.
Right.
And there may be other carts there, which I would not doubt there are. But aside from myself, I don't know who else could drive a cart. Tuki?
I could try.
Kari? Can either of you drive? Like, Minnove, you might be a bit too small.
Well, no, it's just holding reins and just saying go. That all. Like it's not like I have to reach anything like specific.
Yeah, mechanically,
Check up
there's no reason Minnove shouldn't be able to drive a wagon. She absolutely can.
All right, just as long as the horse doesn't go crazy, you should be fine.
I'm just
I
the
feel
only
like-
one with proficiency.
Like,
I mean, as
there's-
long as you
like-
keep in the lead, we should be fine. Like, as long as you are the lead horse, the other
Yes.
horses should follow.
All right, so
And
the first
depending
things
on
first.
how many wagons, we hook them all up together.
Yes. So, all right, let's get enough eggs at least that we could get. All right, 100. Let's say it's 100 eggs. 3.
I think we're thinking a little too hard about this.
Probably,
Like, yes,
yeah.
it's not a bad idea, but
Let's.
they do have the farm specifically for them already there. We can just...
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but
Also,
I don't want to grocery shop for an hour.
yeah. That's
okay. All right,
probably
so
good.
I will add. I just don't feel like doing the voice tonight. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
But so what I'm about to say, I'll say it with the same attitude. Yes, but do we really want to take that extra time there on the location to also raid their food stores when we don't even know what we're getting into in the first place?
There could be
I
Jade
mean-
halberds at those farms as well, guarding them.
I mean, ideally, at that point, we just wipe them all out. Or
I
send them elsewhere.
admire your overconfidence and wish I could share in it.
We have no
I-
idea.
I-
Many of these kobolds are going to be malnourished, and they're going to be, well, probably at death's door.
You
It's
know
going
what?
to be very hard moving this many. It'd be best if
Alright.
like what Kari says,
Well,
we get down now, we get in and get out as quickly as possible.
I say we then buy all the eggs that we can, and then just go, because we're wasting daylight just talking about shit.
All
That
right.
is true.
works.
All right. So, a single chicken is only 2 copper pieces. So, I'll say, just for purposes, I'll say that for a... I don't know if, like, a barrel is really a good way of carrying around a fuck ton of eggs. I don't know what method they
No.
use to carry a fuck
Crates.
ton of eggs or crates. For
Crates
a...
and hay. Crates and hay.
Yeah, so for a few crates of hay, I'll say, like, let's just call it a gold piece. Call it $100
Okay.
for a couple of crates of eggs.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
All right, Skij, I have DM'd you a question, and I would appreciate if you responded in text.
All right.
Just because something popped in my head.
Well, Ludviek will gladly fork over 5 silver for the cause.
I'll
If someone else
gladly
wants.
pay the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that cold piece from Kari.
Okay, well, are we only buying one? Or
Well, one gold piece is
One
like
is-
a couple, is like
It's
a
like
few.
100x or something.
It's something to that effect.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay,
I
then yeah,
pay
well,
for it.
okay, I guess so. We're only buying one.
For the time being, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, then
No.
okay.
There may be stores there at the mine and
Right.
carts. It sounds like the idea is we get there, probably gonna have to take out every jade halberd or get some to surrender and tie them up, raid their stores, find some carts, escape with all the kobolds.
Make it sound a lot easier than it actually might be.
But that is the hope, is it not, Minnove? In, out,
Ye-
no problems?
You don't
In and out,
want
no
to,
problems. Describing someone's sex life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be. You know what? No, I'll save it. Never mind.
Okay.
We need to get on the road.
Yes. So, with a crate of eggs now safely stowed in the back of the wagon, you make your way out of Airnterine. While the main highways only lead northeast and west, respectively, depending on what trade route you wish to follow, it would be common knowledge for Minnove and Boron that there are various not as well paved, but otherwise still well-used paths that can be followed south out of entering towards the Barenfels. There are, after all, a fair few small settlements all throughout those mountain ranges, mostly mining hamlets that, earn their keep through their production of ore and other quarried stone, and they need a way to safely connect to and transport supplies from each other and the more developed network of highways and roads further out in the rest of the developed realm. That being said, those paths, while not as well paved as the main roads and not as well patrolled, nevertheless will still have a degree of security on them, potentially. So, that then, of course, leaves the ball in y'all's court. What route do you want to try and take to get to Fort Rediron? Because as a native of the Barenfels, I'll just give this to you, Boron, you'd know that there are, on occasion, little checkpoints on those road networks where small detachments of soldiers just hang out to make sure no one's sending contraband along through the minor settlements. That could potentially cause problems, but it might not if you can play your cards right. It would also, of course, afford you access to Volnite houses of respite, and just generally the speed of the road. But you can be safely assured that the halberds will also likely be using those roads for transporting their supplies. So
I honestly say that's probably the best bet to go, most direct way, and Minnove will just be hiding in the actual cart, like trying to conceal herself.
Okay, I
A
am...
barrel for you to hide in.
We'll be back in just a second. Keep going without me.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
One idea, we could do the trip to Rockridge because they will most certainly know where any guard is positioned for these kinds of undertakings.
But also we will be able to see
there might
it
even
while
be a
we're...
way from Rockridge to Fort Rediron.
The only thing is that we will be, when we get there, we will see it, and I just see it as like a unnecessary almost stop.
Yeah, it is definitely
Because we will see it regardless.
I'll also add that Rockridge would be fairly significantly out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
So that would be
I say the most
detour.
Yeah, I'd say the most direct way to the fort,
All right.
and Minnove will just hide in the cart to kind of
Probably
conceal
the most
herself.
sensible thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's one vote for the direct path.
I would say the direct path as well. Mostly because if anyone asks what we're doing, we're simply on a pre-existing quest. Got to go deal with some monsters or something.
Right.
Keep it to bandits. Apparently bandits we're dealing with.
Perfect.
All right.
We are in a way
That's all.
dealing with some bandits who have stolen people's freedom. It is mostly true.
Let's just maybe buy a barrel or something for Minnove to hide in.
I can just hide under like some blankets and stuff.
All right.
And as long as somebody kind of puts their feet on me, it makes it look like I'm like a footrest or something. I don't know.
Easy enough.
Works.
All right. So that's 2 votes for the direct path. Does Tuki have anything to add to this, or?
I would probably just go with the direct road myself.
All right. All right. So then, that is 3 votes for the direct route. And Kari is not here at the moment.
I mean, it's 3 against 1, if anything.
Alright, it's 3 against 1 with 1 non-committal. Alright. So. Someone is rubbing something plastic over there, and I don't know what.
Sorry, toss it back.
Alright. So, with all of that thus squared away, You gather up your things and follow the road south out of Antering, electing to take the direct route, such as it may be. You're leaving fairly early in the day, so you can get in, I'd say, your full, roughly 30 or so miles of travel. Following the path south, it hugs the banks of the river flowing out of the Barenfels for a while. I'd say for about the first, about the first 13 miles before breaking more hard to the south and gradually leading further and further away from the well-paved avenues of civilization. As your 30th mile of travel aboard the wagon pulled by Butterscotch comes to a close, the sun starting to dip for the horizon, you find yourselves surrounded on either side by the gradually rising foothills and initial peaks of the Barenfel Mountains. Some of you have passed through these before, and one of you was raised among them, but for the rest of you, you haven't necessarily seen them up close yet. And as such, you're starting to get a feel for just how large these mountains truly are. They're not necessarily as large as Kirat's spine over in Emira, but they're still an impressive range all the same. Their peaks capped with snow, and this you're still in early autumn, but not so early that the chill isn't starting to set in. Nevertheless, surrounded by rocky foothills and increasingly barren stretches of jagged terrain, you pull off to one side and find a quiet little spot to tuck in for a long rest. You are not hounded or harassed during this, thankfully. And come the following morning, you continue following the path, finding yourselves growing increasingly hemmed in by increasingly intense slopes on either side. You follow the foothills, bending around somewhat, if this will agree with me. There we go. And it's getting on towards late-ish evening, I'd say, when you finally find yourselves rolling up on a place where two of the sloping hills of the mountain sort of converge in this little V-shaped point. You get a view of it from a distance before you draw close, sort of tucked between a handful of old evergreen trees between the rocks. This little, what appears to be simple wood-made outpost. Two plain watchtowers made of wooden logs stood up tall on either side, and a basic palisade with a maybe 10 to 15 foot tall gate set into it. One of the checkpoints, just to ensure smugglers aren't doing anything untoward in these ranges. You can just make out the flickering of firelight from here, indicating to you active habitation. So, how do you wish to proceed?
All right. So, what's the plan?
Should I go under some blankets and then you all just kind of like sit on top of me? Oh.
Under the seat a little bit? Or...
Yeah.
There might
Here,
be...
I've been all our bedrolls.
And also for safe measure, she's gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Oh. Okay.
And she's gonna make like a little cat, like a little illusionist cat, kind of like almost like it's sleeping on top of like all the bedrolls.
Okay.
On top of like where she would be.
All right. So, in that case, go ahead and roll Deception for me for your Minor Illusion, and if that roll is high enough, I'll let you have advantage on a stealth check. 14? I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll stealth with advantage as you tuck yourself sort of under one of the seats, bundled up in blankets with this illusory cat nestled on top. 14 again. All right.
This is great.
That is your
starting
DC.
out well.
It's above average.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's not bad.
Indeed.
Like, I'll take it over like a 10. I'll take it over a fucking 7.
Right? Literally double the original roll.
Right? I will take it over a 7. That is a 1.
Oh, yeah, no, shit, it is. That is true.
So I will take the 14, happily.
All right. So, with that in mind, y'all just rolling up?
Yeah,
I think
guess
so.
All right. So, you bring your wagon sort of dipping back down the slope a little bit before eventually following a curve around, flanked and hemmed in on either side by towering sort of just piles of rocks and the occasional evergreen tree before you round that bend and the fort proper, or, well, fort, or just a tiny little wall really, comes into plain view. As you draw closer, you can distinctly make out that there are 2 people currently manning the short wall, one in each watchtower, maybe about 20 feet, 30 feet at most between the 2 towers. The gate currently stands closed, and as your wagon is rolling up, one of the men up top bellows down to you, "Hold there! Haven't seen you lot passing through here before. What's your business on the other side of this gate?"
I will go to Ludviek and just bump him.
Hello?
Were you not paying
Hello?
attention,
Answer.
my guy?
No. Dang it, everything cut out there for a bit. Like, everything in Discord on my end went crazy.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. What did you say there at the end? All right, so we came up to the fort, we saw the guards, and...
One of them called down, "Haven't seen your group passing through here before. What's your business on the other side of this wall?"
Ah, yes. All right, and then Boron apparently looks to Ludviek. It's like, all right, cool. Ludviek says, "On a simple quest to go deal with some bandits. Simple adventure or work, nothing more."
Bandits. The 2 guards sort of give each other a glance across the way. Haven't heard of any bandit activity on the other side of the wall personally. May I ask who hired you for this?
Offshoots of the... Sorry. That was not in character. He did not cough or swallow a bug.
You swallowed your
Yes.
uvula.
Yes. It's like Okay, I'm gonna ask to see if I can remember, because I have it in my notes. Dang it, I have it in my notes here. Come on. Oh shit, I didn't write it down.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. What are you looking for?
The name. Who was
The
the
mayor
name
of Lamsong.
No. Who was the? No, not the mayor of Lamsong. Who was the name of that Jade Halberd guy? Catherick. All right.
Catherick.
It's like all right.
What? Okay.
Is to which Ludviek says, "Hired by the Jade Halberds. Apparently a mine of theirs was being harassed on the outskirts, and they couldn't afford any other men as they were all busy out of Anthrine. Basically, they just want us to go make sure that they don't bother their mining operations anymore. We're hired by, what's his name? A Catholic out of Anthrine."
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Here we go. That's terrible.
I would say that's horrible.
Yeah, I know.
The 2 guards again kind of shoot each other a glance. Wait just a moment. See one of them kind of running across to speak with his friend in more hushed tone so that they're not just yelling at each other over the wall.
Oh, shit. Curse you, dice!
After a couple of minutes of back and forthing, the one that kind of ran over goes back to his tower, and the one that was talking to you before sort of calls back down. You'll forgive me if I'm a little skeptical, friend. The Halberds don't usually hire out. It's kind of their whole thing. They're the ones who usually get hired.
I have the paperwork.
Oh?
You do?
Yes, I made copies of it. I made 3.
Boron completely be like, "You do? We do?
I was
Yes,
unaware
Boron,
of this.
shut up!"
Yeah, I
Wait.
said that Tuki made several copies of the notes that she
Alright.
took, and one of them is them complaining that they didn't have the manpower to send more people to catch the kobolds that ran off.
All right.
All right. You can make a persuasion check for me now, Tuki.
Go, go.
Come on.
Would it be at an
big-
advantage? Because
Yes.
oh my god, Tuki! Never mind.
Can't be too much better.
21.
We don't believe you. I have the paperwork.
All right. So the two guards kind of look at each other for a minute. Then you kind of like you like they have a bit more of a back and forth. They're not like running back and forth to each other this time. They're speaking just loud enough to hear each other. They're a little far away. You can roll a perception check, someone, if you want to try and make out what they're saying.
Yes.
Okay. 19 from Ludviek. 22 from Tuki.
Yeah.
Had a
Not
spot
gonna
of
roll.
bad luck there at the start, but it has since lapsed.
Tuki was our change. Tuki has yet to roll lower than a 20.
All right, so with the two of you with those rolls, the back and forth you kind of get is, should we go down there and double check the paperwork? Ah, fuck it. Well, I see it. If they've got the paperwork, then let them through. We don't want to go propping on noses into any Jade Halberd bullshit. Besides, they're cleaning up bandits. It's less work for us, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough. All right, give us just a moment. Guard kind of turns and disappears from the tower, and after a bit, you hear a heavy as the sort of gates sort of swing open, permitting you to pass through the palisade wall. All right,
Much
going through.
appreciated.
Going through about 10 miles up, there's pretty much the only house of respite in the whole valley.
Much appreciated. May your day not be interesting.
Oh, gods, please make it interesting. Make it interesting. I hate it here.
Ah, you say that, but there is a curse that I've heard from much others of may you live in interesting times. The terrible thing. Terrible thing.
I don't need to live in interesting times. I just need an interesting day.
Minnove's gonna cast message quietly into Ludwig's brain and like, shut up and let us go.
Ludwig just smiles and waves. Smiles and waves.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
All right. All right. So, with that,
Ludwig casts message by kicking the blanket.
The cat yells. The cat goes, yeah.
No, it
God,
doesn't.
animal abuse.
It's minor illusion.
It can,
Anyways,
because it can make it can make noises.
It's like that's a
Can't
separate.
create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect.
Yeah, I
Ah.
thought so.
Damn.
Either way,
It's gonna make like put its like make a like almost like a hissing motion.
you can meow.
It can't move.
It can move.
No.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
illusion.
You're going
Minor
through the gate.
illusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with all of that settled, you roll on through the gate, not antagonizing the guards, not trying to slip by them, just blagging your way through and doing so fairly well, all told. So,
Oh
with
no,
that-
it cannot. I've been educated.
Alright.
I cast this spell before. Not with Boron.
All right, so with that, you roll on past the gate and make your way up the path into the valleys of the Barenfels. As you follow this path further and further up, your altitude gradually climbing over the remaining third of your day's worth of travel, the light begins to sort of get obfuscated somewhat by somewhat thicker cloud cover. And as you are continuing on your way up, you start to see increasingly scarce signs of greenery and foliage, and the occasional patch of snow. Bit of a chilly, it's definitely chilly up here. But, nevertheless, after about another 10 miles of travel, or about, I'd say about, actually rather closer to like 8 miles, about there, you sort of come up over a crest with a little bit of time left in the day before sundown, but you do spot the advertised House of Respite off to one side. Looking to have been fairly recently used, too, judging by the thin trail of smoke still leaking out of the chimney, though you don't see any horses or any other signs of current habitation. Just recent departure.
All right.
Alrighty.
Who do you think might have used this last?
Could have been some of the Jade Halberds themselves. Could have been traders picking up materials or dropping off at the mine. Could be anybody.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully there is no one else but us tonight. Would make things much easier.
It would vary. Going off the map here, we should probably have at least some sort of game plan to get in.
We don't know what the entrance looks like yet.
Yeah.
Probably the
That
best
is
thing
true.
probably the best thing we can do.
Well, if you'd like, I can start doing my part of scouting.
It is still quite a bit of distance yet.
And we don't really have any way of communication.
Yes. It'd be far too much to traverse in one night, even just to get there to see it and back. We probably should stop a few miles short of the place, and you can use that as a way to check it out. We'll probably have to hide ourselves somewhere off the beaten path.
So, what about the cart and our horse?
Well, a few miles out with us. That all. We leave Butterscotch here.
Right.
Might be
Should
better
rather than-
to...
As
Might
an
be better to-
abandoned caravan. Butterscotch is good enough to handle herself for a little bit.
I would say it'd probably be better the closer we have our resources to us. We'll just have to find some place off the path, as I said, to keep the cart and the and Butterscotch hidden.
That, or if we can blend it into whatever carts that they might have. Like a parking lot of some sort.
If they have other places they are leaving their carts, that means it would be heavily trafficked. Probably not the best idea. But we do want to have the cart close enough so that if we need to have it brought up to help get kobolds out, it should be close enough that one of us could sprint over to it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we won't know until the morning.
Yes. Ashley Sketch, how much of night remain? How much of is it? Day's completely gone now. It's only nighttime.
It's definitely getting on to nighttime. It's sunset right now. If you really wanted to push ahead for as much ground as you could cover, you could maybe get another couple of hours before darkness fell.
Oh no! I was just wondering, is there like an hour or a couple hours to like do another activity before we settle in for the night? Would there be time to possibly hunt for something?
You could certainly try. Just because you stop for the night doesn't mean you're done doing stuff. The sun is still on the horizon, though what that means at this point, surrounded by mountain ridges, isn't much. You're still kind of in the shadow of the mountain, so it's darker than the sky implies for you at the moment. But you could still attempt to do some hunting.
Well, while we have a bit of daylight remaining, I'm gonna go try and see if I can find us even some more food. It'd be good to at least have some meat we could at least dry tonight, and be something more to have, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. These mountains aren't really overflowing with
Game?
Huntable foods.
Probably not.
I mean, you might be able to find a mountain goat somewhere.
That's what I'm planning on. But no worries. I will easily find my way back. All right.
All right.
All right.
Be safe, Ludviek.
All right. Go ahead and make for me a survival check, Ludviek. Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're rolling.
Okay. So,
Blowing all a good luck.
I would say he's hunting. His goal is he's trying to find probably mountain goats would be the most likely thing.
fair enough. So, while you're not necessarily accustomed to hunting in mountains, as your prior stomping grounds were open grasslands with the occasional forested spot, the principles of hunting still hold true. Find fresh poop, follow footprints from fresh poop. Pretty easy stuff all told, relatively speaking. So, I'll say, yeah, with a 25, you can absolutely locate and successfully hunt a mountain goat.
Meaning that...
Yes? What the fuck was
Sorry,
that?
I turned on my phone because I got a notification and I forgot I left my phone on TikTok, and immediately it started playing like a TikTok that was on my feed.
Okay.
I apologize, everybody. I got a notification and I was like, "Oh, who texted me?"
Oh, good. I killed the goat while I was looking at TikTok.
It's just showing off, okay. Put that out of context. I killed the goat while watching TikTok.
Oh, no. The goat was watching TikTok. That's how he snuck up so easily.
Oh.
Either way, so, that being said, as you are returning, I'd say like about an hour later, actually, we'll come back to that. Is there anything anyone else wishes to discuss or do in the meantime, or are you just waiting for Ludviek?
Minnove is playing her instrument quietly, trying not to bring too much disturbance to the area.
All right.
Feeling a little anxious, I guess.
That's fair.
But other than that, she's trying to like calm herself in the music.
All right.
Tuki's just gonna keep her company as best she can.
All right. Well then. With that in mind, Ludviek, as you are returning to the House of Respite, you're, I'd say, like a handful of minutes out from breaking back out onto the main road, when, with that 25, you catch a scent that causes you to sort of draw up short a little bit. It's the scent of exposed, fresh-ish meat. And not the goat you're carrying.
All right. Is it? Would I be able to tell by smell if it's away from the House of Respite or in the direction of it?
It's not exactly in the direction of the House of Respite. It's more kind of like running parallel to it almost.
Okay. Ludviek then would probably, well, he's not going to be stealthy with his armor anyway. All right, you know what? He just goes to investigate.
All right. So, following the scent, you eventually find sort of a shallow dip in the terrain, and you see what appears to be a handful of scattered and discarded items, like someone was like furiously divested of their traveling gear in a hurry. Sort of center to all of it, you see an overturned satchel, like more like a big haversack that has just a handful of, just slabs of cut meat just kind of slapped out into the snow in front of it.
A bag dumped here, and slabs of meat slapped out in front of it. It was like the meat was pulled out of the sack, or
It kind of looks like it just hit the ground hard and the meat just spilled out from the impact.
Oh,
Weird.
that is very odd.
Footprints in the snow?
Actually, yes, I was about to ask that. Any prints in the snow at all, or in the ground?
Well, with a 25 survival, you do see a few old-ish looking footprints.
Oldish.
Like within the day old.
Okay.
Like, they've been there for at least a few hours. Not super fresh, not super old, but just there.
All right. I'm just gonna. I'm looking at this. The meat itself isn't somebody who fell from a tall height and turned into meat, falling down, right? This isn't someone who's
certainly not.
gravity hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, there were cuts of meat in a bag. The bag hit the ground, and the meat spilled out of the bag.
All right. I'd like to investigate any of the. You said there were a whole bunch of other knickknacks and things around that also were spilled as well. Any pieces of writing by chance or anything?
Make an investigation check for me.
All right. I will as soon as this. Oh, come on, Roll20. What are you doing? All right, fine. I'll reload the damn tab.
Oh no.
Are the Barenfel Mountains by any chance home to any aerial predators?
We'll get back to that in a minute, but for the moment, Ludviek's doing his thing. 15 investigation. You don't find any scraps of writing. You don't find any journals. As you're kind of picking through some of the stuff that's just scattered around, kind of nudging things over with your foot, popping open some things, it's just kind of an eclectic spread of things. It doesn't really have much coherent sense.
The haversack. That tends to hold more on the inside, right? And whatnot.
I mean, we're not doing bags of holding.
Is there anything
but
more in it inside?
Yeah, haversacks are generally pretty large by my understanding.
Yeah, and is it just? I checked to look inside of it. Is it still just more meat, or is there other stuff inside of there too?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So,
and remember, all my dexterity saving throws have disadvantage. So
that is true.
That was good.
Indeed. Indeed. So, as you're sort of approaching the haversack to get a better look at it, you spot it at the last second as your foot's about to come down on a bear trap that is carefully obscured in the snow amidst the meat, and you withdraw your foot before you step on it.
So this was a trap for someone for big prey. Question is, this is probably someone, if they're hunting something, they're hunting a bear or big game.
Or kobolds.
That's another possibility. Thank you, other voices inside my head. Let's see. Can I see if like this bear trap is like hooked up to some sort of alarm by chance? Maybe a bell, or maybe even some sort of maybe a small enchantment that might like cause a noise.
You're not seeing anything like that. It appears pretty mundane.
Mundane.
But definitely purposeful.
Definitely purposeful. All right. Huh. Well, I think this will be helpful to me in both regards. Ludviek is going to take, he's going to disarm the bear trap, and he's going to take it with him along with the haversack of meat.
All right.
Sorry, my bad. I'm looking at spells.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. Disarming a bear trap. I'll just let you have it. You've probably worked with traps before in your hunting before you became a Sunan, so easy enough. You spend a few minutes carefully dusting away the snow. You undo the mechanisms. You gain a hunting trap in your inventory.
So wait, now I got 2.
Indeed. And you taking the bag of meat?
Yes, the haversack full of meat.
All right.
And Ludviek is gonna try and cover his trail afterwards. This may... he doesn't quite know who set this trap or what for, but he has a feeling he doesn't want to have to deal with the person who set it.
All right. Go ahead and if you're trying to like cover your tracks, I'll count this as a stealth check because you are in snow. I'll mark this as disadvantage because it's really hard to cover your tracks in snow.
All right. Oh, luck didn't last that long.
Yeah, so you kind of just use your tail to like swish over your tracks as you're going, and less like it's not a very good job. It's possible someone might miss it, but not likely if they're looking for prints with any degree of competency. It'll be pretty damn clear that someone was just kind of brushing the snow.
Well, perfect. No one will know.
Either way.
And he heads back. Yep.
All right. So you bring back that haversack of meat. Go ahead and add that to your inventory.
All right.
All right. So, with that, you make your way back to the House of Respite and find the rest of the party waiting for you there.
Good news. I have goat, and I also have sack full of meat.
Okay.
That could be a
you
sexual
get-
thing, you know, Ludviek.
We call those pans, Ludviek. I'm sorry, I don't know if Kari would actually say that.
Kari probably would. Kari would.
I don't know, he seems the most, like, sexually squeamish of the lot of you.
He would probably do it just to be needly, you know. Always want to be witty word. Anyway, Ludviek, yes, the most curious thing, as I was coming back with the goat, came across this, well, even someone had set a trap with this haversack of meat and the spare trap I found. Not sure exactly what they were hunting for, but at this point, any food that we have for the kobolds would be a welcome one. But hopefully on the off chance, they could have also been hunting for kobolds as well. Or something else. But I was not able to tell.
Well, either way, it's a good source of meat and food, and as you all said, it probably will need it.
Yeah. Ludviek is going to spend the night just trying to butcher that goat and just try to, with the other meat as well, just try to dry or smoke either one as best as possible.
Okay. Minnove, could
Probably
you do me a
just-
favor and make a perception check?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we better keep a lookout. There's definitely either another person.
Would it be like a scent-based perception
Yes.
check or just regular perception?
It will be scent-based.
Okay.
15.
Oh my god.
It is
it's getting
difficult
bad.
for you to put your finger on it, but as Ludviek is kind of going over this haversack of meat he found, and he starts going to, like, do something with it, start, like, drying it or what have you, it's hard for you to tell, but there's just something about it smells off.
Ludviek, stop.
Ludviek stops. Yes?
Can you, look more into that meat that you have there? Do you have anything that can, investigate it further? It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't smell right.
I do have something that can test to see if it is poisoned or perhaps even with a disease. However, I cannot quite do that at the moment. If you think it may be tainted of some kind, I could hold off on doing anything to it. In a cold like this, it should keep well. At least
No,
until
it's not.
tomorrow.
I don't know. It's not that. It doesn't.
But like
Smell
I
It doesn't
Like it
look
could
like
be
it,
drugged.
but
I don't. It smells.
Off, you said.
yeah.
Yeah, but not like bad off. Like not like.
Spoiled.
Yeah, it smells more. Not right.
Can
Something
I
is
can
up
I
with it.
use my medicine ability to see if I could possibly tell what type of sinew or muscle fiber this is from by chance?
You can make a medicine check, yeah.
All right.
24. So now that it's sort of been drawn to your attention as you kind of start analyzing this meat a little bit more closely, you kind of sniff at it a few times. After a bit, alarm bells suddenly start going off in your head as you realize that this meat has actually been thoroughly poisoned.
Ah. So it wasn't just the bear trap. In case the trap didn't work, the meat would. Ugh. That would have been bad. Ah,
This is
thank you for catching that, Minnove. That would have been
Well,
very bad.
That's the news. The Minnove news.
Yes, well, actually,
But this just kind of proves the point, to me at least, that this might be some sort of kobold trap. Like anyone that's trying to escape. Though, like, I could pick up. I don't know. Someone who's hungry enough might not catch it.
actually, Minnove, you have given me idea. Am I too with my medicine? Am I able to figure out what kind of poison it is, or is it too, with the
A
meat, is it just
24
too
will
generic?
absolutely give you at least a basic idea of what this poison does. Like, like the exact substances used to make it, you aren't able to divine. You cannot recreate this at the moment with what knowledge you have, but I'll just give it to you. You can deduce that a creature that consumes this meat will at the same time be consuming a fairly powerful sleeping draft that could potentially knock a creature up for several hours and leave them waking up with nausea and general weakness and, in game terms, a point of exhaustion.
Minnove, this meat
Yeah.
was laced not with something deadly, but with a sort of sleeping agent. You may be very right that it was meant as a trap to capture any escapees. Because if someone was hunting even if you were hunting an animal, you too also wouldn't want to poison it, as the poison would seep into the other meat itself and be dangerous. Sleeping agent would be the best, but Minnove, and Ludviek just smiles at her very devilishly. I have an idea. The biggest thing that we're going into this whole mine issue is that, well, there will be many guards. Right?
Yes, that's the idea.
But these guards, they have to eat, do they not?
Yes, that's the idea.
And most places like this usually have a kitchen of some kind, and usually they create something very simple that usually is doled out to all the troops.
Yes, that's the idea.
So you want to poison the troops?
Well, in the most case, we're just giving them a very good rest. There's no poisoning, no one will be harmed, they'll just get very, very sleepy.
That sounds like
And
a
very
terrible
s-
rest from what you described.
I'm very sick in the morning, if you ask me.
Yes, we'll...
Go to sleep and feel exhausted in the morning? Ugh.
You
Which-
just get shivers.
Tuki just standing
Did
there
you
like,
any of the-
isn't that just how sleep works?
I sometimes have that.
But if we were able to sneak this meat and already have it prepared, let's just say, get chunks of this meat into whatever they're cooking for that night and serve it up to their troops, we could then attack at not too long after they have had their first rounds. And that might actually give us a very big advantage in getting the kobolds out.
I mean,
Special.
I still do have those berries.
berries.
That might be
As
good as
well.
well.
The poison berries that I got in like session like 5.
Yes.
So
Probably
I mean, they
spoiled
were-
by now.
those are bad by now.
Oh yeah.
Unless you stuff
Probably.
those in a bag of colding, they are of no use.
No, but if you put them with the food and mix it well as a pate.
I'm afraid you don't have a bag of colding. You just have a normal bag. That's more so a bag of molding.
What if I just throw it at them?
The thing is, if poison goes bad, does it get more poisonous or less poisonous?
It certainly becomes
That's what I'm
more
saying.
obvious.
Well, not if
Okay.
you disguise it well enough.
Well, again, only you were able to notice it because of your nose. The rest of us did not until you pointed that out. I would say it's hidden well enough that if it were to go into a major cantina, they would not be able to tell. They would not be able to tell, and especially depending on how fast-acting it is, maybe able to get a good chunk of them.
That is true. At
Well,
least a
I
shifter
don't
them.
like it.
Why don't you like it? This is probably the most humane way we can take them out.
Yeah. All right. I'm just averse. to
The
poison.
other option is to murder them. In my opinion.
That's at least straightforward.
Straightforward,
a-
yes, but
This is merciful at the very least, there, Boron.
Yeah,
but this would
Still
also
get to
give
go
us the
home.
advantage. It would give us the advantage of numbers, if it
Right.
works. Well, we are, of course, putting what's his phrase, cart before horse.
I don't know.
We still would have to
Uh,
get this inside there, and if we did,
yeah.
that would be, well, probably something
What?
Minnove or Tuki would have to do.
Boron,
Oh,
if you don't mind my
so-
questioning, why does it feel not right to you?
Just poisoning people just feels weird to me. However,
What's the
I
difference
agree
though, of
that
murdering
I
them?
agree that this is probably the humane thing to do, but I would say it is next to impossible. Simply because somebody will have to prepare this stuff. And
Well-
the one who prepares the stuff usually knows what he is preparing and what he has in stores. And if there's some strange meat lying about, he's probably more likely
that's
to toss it than
Well,
to,
that's where we go. It might be not next to nothing, but it ain't nothing.
Boron
Alright.
does make a point. Skidge, would you have if I were to have Ludviek try to let's see, hang on. Yes, okay. Oh shit! Actually, probably he doesn't have the materials for that. Damn it! I was gonna say a form of distilling, but yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have that type
I'd
of
say
material.
we stay here. Or not we stay here. We keep this in mind. We go scout out the place, figure out what we're dealing with first, before making any concrete plans. But this is a good idea to kind of lower the numbers. Maybe we can take out a shift. If we can find out their shift times when their shift exchanges happen, maybe we can sneak it in between, put it into the lockers or something, like a little good morning, good afternoon, good evening, kind of like dinner or whatever. Put it in like a little cute little to-go bag. I don't know what people do.
I was
I
thinking
like
more
that.
so.
But
I
I do
think it was
know.
more so singing. Oh, yep.
I'm gonna sort of just do Kari here for a minute. I will add that they are in the mountains, and we're in the latter half of the year. It's going to be cold up there. They're going to be wanting to eat food that will keep them warm. Things like soup.
Which means
Maybe-
you just have to get it into the pot itself.
Now, of course, that's
Which-
assuming that soup is what they're doing, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, again, all we need to do is just get there, scout what's going on, figure out a plan, figure out what their shift changes are, maybe, and then find the kobolds, get them out, drug up the shift, and fucking leave.
Right.
Oh, we should be getting Impulsive back in a minute.
Oh.
Which would be
Anyway.
lovely, so I can stop inhabiting his body.
You're doing this voice better than he is.
Well, yeah, but that's because I'm doing the voice and he's not.
Yeah.
Tuki, you were going to say something?
Like, something I notice is that a lot of our plans come to a halt because people start talking about, but what if? And so we have to stop focusing on what they might have and focus on what we can do.
Right. Sounds good.
I
We
mean,
have to rely on...
like, we could even run into, what if they have an attuner?
What?
A very
Yeah.
powerful spellcaster.
Oh,
We don't know. We don't know, but if we pretend like we're having to prepare like they do.
if they do have a spellcaster of such repute,
No, see, this is the wrong train of thought. We need to focus on what we can do.
all right. Well, what I can, Skidge, how much meat is here in this haversack? Like, are we talking an armful, a handful, or are we talking like?
Do you see the size of the haversack that you posted that picture of in the chat?
I did. Okay.
Mick post.
Oh, Mick. Look, someone put a picture of a haversack on someone's butt in the Discord chat.
Okay. If that's filled with meat, okay.
It's not
I'd like
one
to
big
try-
piece. It's a bunch of cuts. It's like...
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know
it's-
a bunch of cuts. I'd like to take half of that, since all of it. I assume if I'm able to, with this medicine check, determine if it's just a couple pieces or it's all pieces that are laced.
Oh, they're all laced.
Okay, good. I'd like to try and have Ludviek then with his cooking implements. I'd like him to, with a bit of water, basically steam this. I'd say half of the cuts. And I'd like to have him create basically what is a distilling method. Basically, I'd like him to cook the meat and then take what liquid remains after the meat is cooked and that should contain a good amount of the sleeping agent, at least, after it's been boiled itself. It might dissolve half of the potency, but it might be just enough.
Gonna level with you. I have no idea how the hell you would do that, but I will.
Essentially, he's poisoning the water.
Effectively, I'm causing the meat to cook, and it separates the poison from the meat. Not entirely, but basically causes the muscle to shrink and thus contract, and thus it is forcing the poison
and
out of it
squeeze
into
the
liquid.
juices out.
Yeah. Now it won't be 100% effective, of course. It'll still be dissolved. It'll still be diluted.
I gotcha. Okay.
But it's basically a backup that just in case the meat doesn't work and they're not doing a soup, they could just lace something else. And
Gotcha.
it's better to have a backup of a backup.
Okay. Interesting. Because of the limited tools at your disposal for this kind of fine precision chemical work, I'll let you make the attempt. Survival or medicine, take your pick, but you will be rolling at disadvantage on account of not great tools.
All right.
Well,
Might I ask for some bardic assistance with this one?
Abso-fucking-lutely, bud.
Yes. All right.
That's a
No.
it is a D6 though, so
Yes.
not-
All right, Minnove, if you could, after this thing, just hold the bottle still as I try and pour it in. That'll be the best help you can. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm
19.
still rolling that D6.
Okay.
Or can I hold? No, actually, we're going to be resting. So yeah, use it or lose it.
Oh, look at that! Use it or lose it! Use it or lose it!
25.
Okay.
sheesh.
All right.
With disadvantage.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So I was going to give you a weakened version of this, but with a 25 after taking Bardic into account, you can get the full powered version of the sleeping draft. Just to reward you for some damn good dice rolls. So you get
All right.
a single vial, meaning you can basically pour it on one thing, use it once and then it's done, of a potent sleeping draft. The sleeping draught, if consumed by a creature, will necessitate a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. If the creature fails, then they will soon fall unconscious for 2d4 hours and awaken with nausea and weakness and a point of exhaustion. Succeeding on the Constitution saving throw will mean they don't fall unconscious, but they will still be left nauseous and disoriented.
All right. Tuki.
So
I'm
I
going
will
to give
create
this-
a handout for that for you.
Yes,
So
and I
that-
give the vial to Tuki, along with the meat sack. It's like, most likely we'll be having you sneak into the kitchen. Are you up for that?
I'm up for anything, really.
Well, if they are doing a soup, you could just use the meat, and also the vial. But just in case they aren't, it's best to try and find the largest portion of something, maybe potatoes or something, whatever they are using as a base for food. I'm guaranteed thing.
Let's just wait till I get there.
Yeah.
Well, either way, just in case that doesn't work, you can use this vial.
All right.
Let us prepare for the morning then. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Going AFK for half a second.
Yeah, it's fine. Impulsive said he'll be back in just a minute, so I guess while we wait for him for just a couple of minutes, I will pause the recording so I can finish typing up this handout. And we're back.
So
All
it's the morning. Or we're sleeping, right?
I believe so, if you're taking a long rest. So, you hunker in this house of respite for a long rest. You can occasionally hear the cold wind of the mountain outside sort of howling by. But all the same.
We should definitely put up a guard here.
As in, like, to keep watches?
Yeah, I would definitely suggest that.
Alright.
Yeah, Ludviek will definitely help keep watch.
Alright.
I
Whoever's
think
doing
he's
first
gonna-
watch, then, can give me a perception check.
I shall do that.
Alright.
Perception.
Damn!
Fine.
Lauren is with it today.
Everyone's wrong. Let's hope this keeps up.
Indeed.
I doubt it.
Guys, it's a new year, new rolls. Come on, guys, keep up the good momentum.
Yeah, it is the 2nd of January as we're playing today. 3rd of January when this goes up on YouTube. And who fucking knows what day when y'all are watching it. But anyway. Enough breaking the fourth wall. So, with that 22, you are pretty confident in your observations of the night. Though the light outside does gradually dim as cloud cover starts to roll in, obscuring the silvery glow of the pale ring that would otherwise let you see pretty well. And you occasionally start to see snowflakes just kind of smacking against the glass pane of the windows. But your watch is, thankfully and mercifully, uneventful as the night drags on. You are left with no...
I rolled well completely without consequences. Sheesh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
Your watch goes uneventful. Who would like second?
All right.
Ludviek will take second.
All right. Perception from you as well, Lion Man. All right. 16. You're not fully in your element in the mountains, but you feel confident as you keep your eyes peeled out the windows that nothing is... I mean, that's kind of the joy of Avon's House of Respite. It gives shelter. It obscures firelights and whatnot. It creates walls to protect you. And near as you can tell, at this hour, in these weather conditions, there's currently nothing outside to hound you. So your watch is uneventful. Third watch.
I'll grab it.
All right, Tuki. Give me a percep. Damn!
Sheesh.
Told you, new year, new rolls. Let's go.
We gotta use it all up.
There's a luck god somewhere going like, these ones. A blessing of dice and cards upon thee. Anyway, so with a 24 natural 20 perception roll, you feel confident that you are not going to be harassed. And, just to give you a nice little something, you are at a somewhat higher altitude than previously. And at one point, just passively, just to give your legs a bit of a stretch and survey the surrounding area, you momentarily step out of the house just to walk around a little, better survey the area, and kind of look back the way you would come. And while it's hard to sort of make out through the dark of the night with the cloud cover kind of obscuring the ring a bit, I just read what you sent me. Should I backtrack?
No.
Okay. Whispers. Yeah, just for a couple of minutes, but either way, as you are viewing back the way you'd come, back down the mountain path, it's just interesting. The way you kind of look into like the expanse of distance that rolls beneath you as the terrain sort of slopes down into the dark beyond what limited light from your firelight can reach this point beyond the front door. Just interesting. Before you tuck yourself back in, close up your door, and get back to your watch with nothing harassing your group. And I don't think anything else needs to happen this night.
Okay.
Your watches show you that this House of Respite is doing its job. You are unbothered. The sun comes up on a new day, though you might not think so in the earliest hours, in the shadow of the mountains as you are, and with cloud cover and snowfall, barring some of that sunlight, leaving you in the sort of ashen white and gray as you're at your current elevation, and you know you still have some upward momentum to go. But nevertheless, a new day dawns, and it is time to proceed.
Ooh, I can understand why Boron sleeps in if you grew up in the mountains. Can't tell what time of day it is out here.
Of course you can. Sheesh. Not that difficult.
It's approximately his exact time of day.
Bing bong, bing bong. It's 2:00.
Tuki got it right.
Yeah, well, Tuki's like super smart, okay, Boron?
Mm-hmm.
Hey! Kari!
Huzzah.
Welcome back!
Yes, okay. Yeah.
You've missed some stuff.
Alright, so I'm gonna make it a guess.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Did we arrive at our destination?
No.
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 Not yet. You're en route.
Did some things happen and a random encounter have happened?
No.
No random
Okay.
encounters.
Yes, no.
Technically,
No
there have
random
been
encounter.
2 encounters, but nothing random and nothing combat.
Oh, I just clicked back to the tab and every single roll sound effect just played at the same time.
Oh no!
Oh
Get
my
flash-
gosh.
You okay, man?
Flashbangs.
You okay,
Yes. I need to turn down the audio here in Roll20 because some of those peaked when stacked on top of each other. Anyway.
Okay. So, let me give you a very quick rundown of what you have missed. Because there are some things that have happened. So, the party made their way into this sort of a nook down here at the base of the Barenfels. I'm not sure if I'm just going to focus ping it for you. Right here. At the base, at sort of the entrance to where you are now, you came across just a little wall watchtower section guarded by a handful of troops just to keep an eye on foot traffic and make sure there weren't any, like, contraband or brigands or bandits or what have you passing into or out of the area. You managed to blag your way through with the excuse that you were up there to hunt bandits that had been causing trouble for some of the nearby people, and that you were hired to do so by the halberds on account of the fact that they're currently basically just out of people to send on missions. And we're able to blag through on account of the fact that the guards at that post were fucking lazy. And just didn't want to come down from the tower to read your paperwork. Getting past that, about 10 miles up the slope, you found a house of respite and set up camp there. Ludviek went out to hunt for mountain goat, found a mountain goat, killed a mountain goat while it was watching TikTok, long story, and as he was returning, he stumbled upon a bunch of discarded bags and items, one of which was a haversack loaded down with a whole bunch of cuts of meat that was also on top of and right next to a bear trap. Ludviek disarmed the bear trap, acquired the bear trap, and brought the haversack full of meat back to the House of Respite to add to the party's stockpiles. But Minnove, having a kick-ass nose, detected that there was something off with this meat, at which point the party thoroughly interrogated the meat and determined that it was poisoned with a powerful sleeping draft that, if consumed, would knock someone unconscious for up to 8 hours, anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, and leave them with a point of exhaustion and powerful feelings of nausea and disorientation on a failed Constitution save. Realizing that this was probably left out by the halberds in the hopes of catching any leftover escapees that hadn't left the mountains, the party decided that maybe we can use this to our advantage, and some plans were drafted up as just provisional maybes, as ways of softening up the halberds in the event of a full-on fight, namely by using this poisoned meat to poison their food supply, if you can find a way to do so. And with an obnoxiously damn good survival/medicine roll, what have you, Ludviek was able to acquire a full power version of that same sleeping draft by basically distilling it out of the meat. At which point, the party took some long rests in the House of Respite, or a long rest rather, with some watches, and we have just had the party leave and they were bitching about the cold, and Tuki demonstrated that as a Kraven, she has keen mind and knows exactly what time it is. Go!
Okay, so, quick question about Kraven.
Yes.
How effective are their down?
They're down feathers.
Like,
They're down
Kraven feathers definitely give them better warmth than, say, a human's bear skin, but probably not as good as a Rythar's coat of fur. So, they're good.
I don't know what you're all complaining about.
So, like, they're good. They're good. Maybe not perfect, but good. Let's just say that you're faring better than Minnove is, temperature-wise.
Okay. I'm only asked this because I heard Kari's name when I joined, and it was in a complainy kind of way.
No, I was saying Kari to welcome you back. No one was complaining.
No. It was something that Goldwyn was saying. I wasn't hearing. I wasn't saying as in like, oh, he's not here, but I imagined it was just like an in-character thing.
I will say I did briefly possess Kari at one point so that I could have an avenue to in-character make a suggestion.
No,
She was saying Kari's super smart.
He has read books.
He has read books. He has balanced the checkbook. But anyways, yes, you are basically up to speed.
All right. We're going to put the guys to sleep with poison?
You were... No one was
Maybe,
poisoned.
we don't know.
Yes.
We don't know.
At this point, we don't even know what the place looks like. But if possible, it would be a good idea to sneak in there and, take care of it before they have one of their meals. It would take out a good chunk of them and make it much easier to sneak out a bunch of kobolds.
Though we should definitely, make sure that everything is what it is before, jumping to anything. We need to scope out the place before we actually, come to any final conclusion on what the hell
You
we're
need
doing.
intel before you can make plans, essentially.
Yes. And, all right, we're not close enough yet to break off. But
No, you're still probably 10 to 20 miles out, I think.
yeah, I think the plan is to do 3 miles or so away, or 2.5. Which do you guys think is a safe distance?
I'd say 5. If you're talking miles.
All right. Well, yeah, someone's gonna have to. It's gonna be quite a distance to get. All right.
It's not that much. It's just an hour. Maybe. I don't know. I measure off of kilometers, so.
I believe it's assumed that you're generally moving if you're a healthy person with good posture, moving at a decent travel pace, then you can cover about 3 miles in an hour.
Yeah, so we 5 miles is fine.
That'd be an hour and a half, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're
I'd say-
booking it.
Yeah, I'd say that's fine. It gives Butterscotch a good distance. Our stuff is still within hour's reach.
All right.
Either way.
People here can move really fast if they need to.
All right. Well, as we're traveling there, Ludviek says he doesn't know if he should go. Don't know if I should actually go help scout at the place. When it comes to remaining unseen, it's not exactly one of my better skills. If need be, I can stay with the cart.
Yeah, same here.
Tends to be my
Also,
specialty.
what do we say if we encounter any jade halberds and they ask us what we're doing here?
Figure it out.
All right. Sensible.
Well, I think it depends on the number of jade halberds. If it's a reasonable number, then you could introduce them to Mr. Shank.
Right.
I'd rather not have to take any out before. I'd rather not get to a fight at all before we get going with the group.
Well, we might not even do the rescue today either.
Yes.
This could just be reconnaissance and just information. Because we also need to know unfortunately, we need to know what the kobold, what their hole looks like in order to find a way to get them out of their hole.
We also need to see if we can gain that trust, or at least gain the trust of one that the rest trust.
Yeah. And
There's
maybe...
There's work to do.
Yeah. It won't be today.
All right.
But, maybe, if a halberd does come, Tuki, are you okay doing this on your own?
Yeah.
Alright. Be safe. If a halberd comes,
I have
you
many
could
different
say...
ideas. How dare you?
you could I could dress down in more of a ragged kind of look, and you could say
Wait.
we found one.
You're not seriously considering joining in on the reconnaissance, are you?
Well, if you guys need some sort of inn of some sort, this is the best bet you're gonna get.
Goldwyn. Wait, sorry. I read Goldwyn. Wait, sorry.
Goldwyn, what a
Minnove.
beautiful name.
Minnove. Forgive me for saying this. You are the worst one to send on reconnaissance in this particular circumstance. If you're
I'm not
caught, you're going to be thrown in with the rest of them. And then
I'm
we're
not-
down one. We'd be down one.
Kari,
Yes.
I'm not going on reconnaissance with Tuki.
Good. I was just... I thought that's what you were saying.
I am saying, if you listen to my words, I am dressing down, staying here. If a Jade Halberd comes by, you could throw me in.
Oh. Would you be
And
able
then-
to hide? Would you be able to hide your ringstone from them?
I mean, probably.
No.
I see what
But then
Minnove
we'd
is
be
saying.
down and in...
But you
Oh.
know where I am. You'd be
And we'd have
aware.
someone on the inside, which would make...
But how do we communicate with her? She'd be on the
And
inside,
Minnove-
yes.
Minnove will cast a message into Kari's brain and be like, let's haggle some goddamn halberds.
I don't appreciate the... He's going to say out loud, I don't appreciate that you did that without my permission.
Do not worry, she did
Do
it
not
to me
do that
earlier.
again. Yes, but you are probably much more agreeable with it. I'm going to be honest, Ludviek.
What is the range you have on that anyway?
As long as I can probably see you.
I thought
So
the
if
range
someone-
on the message was like 30 feet.
Yes.
No.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, that wouldn't exactly allow us to communicate with you in there. But on the happenstance that you are brought in, we'd still
Oh,
try
wait, no,
to get you
120
nonetheless.
feet.
Yeah.
Even then,
Plus-
you still
Plus,
need to speak.
also, I have other things that I can use to send messages and such. Not
Alright.
just message.
Well, even then, let's hope it doesn't come to that. It'd be much easier to have you by our side working with us, rather than trying to work together from such a distance.
Well-
Yeah, but also, what's the likelihood of them trusting us without?
Minnove,
I
are
don't.
you serious? Are you about to suggest you pull a Spartacus? And go
I
in
don't
there?
like it as much as you will, but I don't know it.
We're talking about last resorts before we even know what we're dealing with still.
Right.
Yes. So how about this? I go with Tuki, so that Tuki's not going alone, because Boron and Ludviek are going to be terrible at sneaking, and you're the worst one that we could possibly send for any form of reconnaissance. We figure out what we're walking into, and then we come back and start discussing throwing one of our own into jail.
I would say that is a very smart plan. Let's know what the layout is like beforehand. Perhaps there is a way we can even all get in without them knowing. Possibly.
All right.
Who knows?
So,
Well, that's what reconnaissance is for.
exactly. So, with that squirreled away,
Bef-
carry on. Oh, Minnove, you got something?
Before they leave, I'll be like, all right, well, you both be sure to come back safely. And I will give Kari a bardic.
All right.
Because
Only
Kari
lasts
can give
10
Tuki a
minutes.
bardic.
It only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Can we stop arguing about that kind of stuff and just actually...
So just real quick, for clarification, are you continuing further up the path as a unit to then find a spot off to the side somewhere to hide and then send the birds in for reconnaissance? Or are you just hanging out in the house and sending the birds forward for reconnaissance? What's the game plan here? I kind of missed some of that in the...
We're
start.
driving up, dropping them off.
Okay. All right. Well then, in that case, as the cart starts rolling forward, you cover the next handful of miles of travel. I'd say it's, as you're getting to about 5 miles of more distance covered, to about there in that little ravine, I would like everyone in the group to make for me a perception check, Minnove, advantage because of your nose.
Again. Percepzione.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
14
right.
foot. Okay.
All right.
New year, new rolls. Sorry, I'll stop saying that. But God,
Jesus!
God! See what I mean? Oh my God!
We
Even
are
Tuki's
so
isn't bad.
screwed.
The
We
annual
are
roll
so
seat has been
screwed when
reset, and it is good for you guys. I don't know if All right. So that's a lot of good numbers. Pretty much the only one who doesn't get it is Tuki. But the rest of you hear it, or in the case of Minnove and Ludviek, smell it before you see it. As you are following the path, the sort of dirt road higher up into the mountains toward where Fort Rediron is located, as you're sort of coming up toward a bend in the terrain, sort of from around that bend and higher up, so that like the crest, the slope of the land itself is kind of obscuring it from view, you hear voices talking amongst themselves. Far enough away that you can't necessarily make out what they're saying, but there are people talking. And Ludviek, with your natural 20 on that roll, I'll give you a number. You can determine a minimum of 4 distinct voices.
It's like, are they far enough away that we might be able to move off the road, or is it there's no way of us?
If
getting
you're
behind
quick, you
before
could get
this?
off the road.
All right. Ludviek says, like, we should get off the road now.
Yeah,
It's like,
All right.
let's try.
All right.
Yep, let's go.
All right. So, you do still have Butterscotch in the wagon to worry about.
Yeah.
So, pulling off to one side of the road, I would like someone to make an animal handling check to sort of spur the horse on properly.
Who's the best animal handling then?
Yeah.
Boron, what's yours at? I'm at a 6.
That's way better than any skill that I have except athletics.
All right. Ludviek will take the wheel or the reins. Come on.
Ludviek, take the wheel.
Couldn't I like help you with?
You know what? You're
guiding
usually the one in the front, so
Yeah.
we'll go with it. Sure, I'll be nice.
Yay!
I'll let you have it. Potentially.
Well, we all did hear this beforehand too.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so you all sort of like Ludviek, like you sort of lean toward and like try to like communicate urgently to Butterscotch. Hey, we need to get off the fucking road. We need to go to the left. And Butterscotch is like, just kind of looks back at you for a minute, just kind of annoyed that you're suddenly making all of these agitated sounds that are like, bitch, sit your ass down. You're not the one with the reins. And then Boron, you just kind of give like a little snap of the reins and just give your one eye a hard glare at Butterscotch's as if to communicate, do it. And Butterscotch very quickly gets the impression, oh, okay, and sort of pulls off to one side, scurrying fairly quickly into the nearby shrubbery.
Dad's talking.
So, as you sort of pull off to the side of the road, quick as you like, tuck yourselves away and to sort of settle down and hunker, the voices start to come through a little bit more clearly. You hear the sounds of footsteps, and even from this distance, you can kind of hear just faintly like the rustling of stiff, sturdy leather and the occasional clink of metal, and before terribly long, sort of stepping out onto the road where you all were just a second ago, you do indeed see a patrol of jade halberds. 4 in total. It appears to be 2 archers and 2 melee combatants. And I am going to roll a perception check for them
Oh no.
to see if they notice you. So, the group is kind of ambling along, talking amongst themselves in muffled tones, just low, casual chat on the walk voices, can't make out the distinct words. But as they're going, one of them kind of holds up a hand like, "Oh, hold up a sec." The rest sort of turn back to him. "What?" Just give me a minute. I gotta go take a piss. Hurry up, Nigel.
Oh no.
And you watch as Nigel sort of awkwardly shuffles off the side of the road, thankfully on the opposite side from all of you, disappears into the shrubbery. The remaining three just kind of strike up conversation amongst themselves for a minute.
Can we listen in on that conversation by chance?
Perception check.
See if there's...
11. 11.
Hang on.
You kind of get snips and pieces. 9 snips and pieces, not as many. Minnove. Okay. Minnove, you are just locked into this conversation. So, as you're kind of okay. And Kari picks up a fair bit as well, but Minnove gets the bulk of it. So, as Nigel goes off to empty the dragon, the other three sort of just keep talking. Reckon Talok's gonna let the rest of us ease off anytime soon? Probably not. Man's still got his balls in a twist over that breakout attempt. Still not even sure how they managed to even try that. Don't you remember? They tried to exploit the lift, hid one of them in it. Makes sense. Well, so we keep someone to check every shipment they send up now. Damn right. God, I wish there was someone to fuck in the stump. Man, what? At this point, Nigel comes ambling back out of the shrubbery. Right, come on, let's go. We're not being paid to stand around yapping about our virginity. Let's go. And the lot gets back into motion, picking on the one who is complaining about his lack of good nookie. And they soon disappear as they venture away.
Well, you know, if they really wanted some good nookie, they could just drop the soap. It's not that hard. Take it up the ass. It's not bad.
If you say so.
There are things I learned today I did not wish to know. Thank you. Aside from that, did you hear anything else?
So the way that they escaped the first time was through the lift. One of them hid inside the lift, and I'm assuming used the lift to lift everybody else up once the day turned night, or once no one was watching. Unfortunately, now they check the lift, check all the supplies that come up quite thoroughly. So that
Makes sense.
escape is probably next to none.
Which means they'll be watching the lift, and if we activate it, it will probably alert everyone in the whole area.
Yeah.
Unless we take out that guard.
Or be that guy.
Quietly.
Yes. Actually.
But there were only humans in the
That is
in
the
Jade
problem
Halberds, right?
with our mix of
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay,
funny
so,
people.
Right, so you'll know this, Boron. The Jade Halberds, they're not exclusively human, but they are majority human. They do hire dwarves from time to time, half-dwarves from time to time. A little bit more infrequently, they might hire on some Rythar, if only on the grounds that Rythar hit things good, and it's very rare, but from time to time they might hire a Kraven with a minor or a settled yearning, usually to fulfill the role of being a messenger or an accountant or an archer. But, you know, if a Kraven's yearning is a problem, they don't get to stay around in the halberds long, and, you know, they're also generally, you know, again, they're not picky necessarily about the background of people they hire from, so there's a lot of racist fuckbags in that group. That makes it a bit tricky for minorities to get in and have any kind of chance at getting by.
All right.
Might get you to pose as one, eh, Boron?
I probably won't be able to. There's like a max of 20 people in there. They know each other well.
Ah, right. Well, did they head towards or away from the fort?
They're walking
Away.
down the path, sort of. They're heading the direction you just came from, so they're walking away from the fort at the moment.
How far? Can we tell how far away we are? Are we Still quite a distance.
You're getting pretty close to the valley the fort is set in. So, like, at this point, like, you know that you're, like, within 10 miles of the fort itself.
Alright,
let's get a little closer.
If you were to crack a guess, these
Also-
guys are probably being sent to, like, patrol out to the House of Respite and then come back the next day as their route.
alright.
Okay.
Instead of... Maybe when we hit the valley, we should follow along the outskirts of the valley. Probably not take the road, then. Unless... Well... Could stay on it. It would be quicker getting there. What do you think?
I say we drop Kari and Tuki off as fast as we can, and then we park the cart somewhere obscure.
Alright.
I will also say,
Makes the most sense.
you have successfully completed a point crawl I had created.
Alright.
What?
A point
What's a point
crawl.
crawl?
Basically, it's a series of nodes, and the way it was is there were 3 possible routes you could take to get to the valley with Fort Rediron. You chose the road route, but there were 2 other routes, each with 3 nodes, basically 3 encounters or events you could encounter on them.
Oh.
So
Alright.
Okay.
So those are things that you didn't get to see this time, but I can still hold them in reserve.
Hooray.
Indeed. I'm a little sad I didn't get to use some of those, but maybe in the future.
I mean, we probably won't be taking the road back.
I get to do it in reverse then. Cool. Either way.
Okay.
So, as you come up over the lip of this bit of terrain, the slopes and sort of craggy cliffs around you begin to scatter away, and even through the thin haze of the snow, you can sort of see the valley sprawling out before you, and it's fairly sizable, stretching a solid, let's see here. It's like a solid 25 miles from northernmost tip to southernmost tip across this valley. So, and from your somewhat elevated position, you can see that large chunks of this valley are at a significantly lower altitude. There's a fairly sort of a steep descent from where you are now, sort of heading down into the valley proper. It's still cold and gray, but not everything is choked with snow. There are some copses of forestation here and there, little patches of greenery. A handful of shallow streams kind of sort of coalesce in the middle to make it not like a proper lake, but like a shallow pond that you're not necessarily certain where it drains out to at the moment, but it provides this central landmark in the middle, and probably the primary source of fresh water for the entire valley. From this distance, you can see, not necessarily producing much at the moment, but you do see sort of scattered around in the valley the occasional obvious, like, farmstead plot, kind of visible as like a little spot of construction, and the occasional squares of fenced-in, like, crop yard, though, again, not producing anything in this cold weather as the season kind of widens out. But as you turn your eyes to the northernmost end of the valley from this elevated position, you can just make it out from here as a dark splinter against the white backdrop, what is almost certainly Fort Rediron. Visible in the distance, but still quite obscured. The road ahead of you sort of slopes down and then branches off to the left and right, north and south, spiraling off and dividing further and further into smaller subdivisions as the path spiderwebs to the various other locations throughout the valley. I wish I had a closer up, more detailed map of this valley, but alas, I do not.
All right, well, I believe this is where we part.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Good luck. And don't get caught.
And if you are surrender, I don't think they'll have any reason to kill you, and we'll
Boron.
try to rescue you. All right.
They're gonna be fine.
As much as I appreciate that, one, I am hard to catch. Two, I don't do cells.
All right.
You could also just say you were too crowded making your way through the mountains. That you came up from the south.
Yeah.
Either
You're
or.
looking at-
You
Sorry,
all.
what?
Either or. You all. Be safe.
Don't worry. If we get caught, I have an idea.
Then all is well.
Ludviek, you don't want to be too loud.
Oh, sorry, Minnove.
Alright. Let's go then, I guess. And Tuki's gonna start heading off.
All right. Give me just a second. I'm having to take a note somewhere.
Hey, Kari.
Yes.
Make sure she's okay.
And don't worry, I'll take care of your girlfriend.
What? No, it's. I just concern.
Yes. I'm aware.
It's all concern.
You don't.
I worry
need-
about you. too.
Yes, and yet you didn't mention me at all.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about you as well, Kari. You.
Yeah.
Hey, Ludviek, let's go.
You're digging yourself a deeper pit the more you open your mouth and shove your foot in it.
I can't hear you from how far we are.
Minnove,
My
I thought the
good-
point was to be quiet.
Shut up.
Make a timestamp note of that. 1 hour, 56 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm gonna make a short of that. Great. All right, so really quickly, just for my own sake, so we have Boron, Ludviek, and Minnove concealing the wagon. Not terribly far
So
from the
much.
entrance. So, could I have you guys, whoever has the highest roll, make either a stealth check, just like stealth or survival, whichever is higher from whoever in your group has the highest roll for that. Because I
I
feel
got
like
the
survival would
survival.
fit well for like concealing yourself in a more long-term sense.
How high is your survival?
6.
My stealth is a 6 as well.
All right.
All right, so you could either roll those skills separately, or one of you could help the other.
I'll help Ludviek.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll use the nature over here and use these branches and bows, and here we go.
Can I give him a bardic?
I will allow it.
What is it? What does that do again? Is it
A D6.
Let's hope this is D6 and yeah.
Hey!
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Yeah,
So,
14.
my bad.
okay, so that has set the DC for finding that if anyone starts hunting for it at 14.
Not bad.
It's
not
better
bad.
than 8.
Better than 8.
All right. And
Jeez, out of all things, double 8. It was the game said no.
I mean, at least it wasn't double 9s, all right? Numerically, that would be better, but someone else beat us to that joke. So,
Wait,
All
wasn't
right.
it just like last session someone had double 1s?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So, let's go ahead then and cut over to Tuki and Kari. Feel like this music is nice, but it does not fit the current environment.
Oh,
Why-
they're dancing through the meadows, and there's the Fae over there.
Yeah, it's, it's fucking... Man, I do not have enough fucking ambience variety. Y'all roleplay. I need to find some, like, snowy wind ambience.
Well, Tuki, it's just come to my attention that I believe this is the first time it's just been you and me.
It has.
Yes. Usually, I'm on one end of the operation, you're on the other.
Well, I'm best at being unseen, and you're very good at being seen.
I know how to sneak in the bush if I need to.
I didn't mean to imply you might not be. I just... You
Oh.
are...
Oh no, there was no offense taken. It was just reassurance that I know how to hide if I need to.
I guess it's been so long since I've hung out with another Kraven, I get used to people jumping to a fence.
No, No, you see, Tuki, I don't believe that you mean any sort of offense with anyone you speak to. And if you do, then they very much deserve it. And not to toot my own horn, but I don't think I've done anything to deserve offense from you.
No? I mean, I very much like spending time with you. I don't really know how to put it, but I guess in terms of friendships, I guess there's a part of me that says you could do better than me, so I just kind of tend to be quiet.
No, your input is valuable. You're the only one that seems to be willing to do the darker deeds that need to happen sometimes.
Well, I guess for me, that tends to feel more like survival than a dirty job.
Tuki, trust me, when you come from a background such as mine, you learn to appreciate the one that knows how to use the shadows and where to stick a knife in someone's ribs. Well, let's hope we don't have to come to that, though, on this little excursion of ours.
Yes, a little nervous to see what we come across.
All right.
I expect absolutely nothing good.
That's what I'm afraid of, too.
Well, if it's what you expect, it's not nearly as bad.
You know, it always makes me pleasantly surprised.
Interesting. Yes.
Or, you know, things go exactly the way you think, or they go better than you think.
Exactly. I'm going to hope that they're not, absolutely horrible for the sake of Minnove. But I'm very much expecting to see the sights that will make my skin crawl.
I mean, by the sounds of it, I know the type. Sounds like the kobolds here are treated the same as the Kraven in Liaslan. Worse, actually.
It's about to say, nothing should be treated like this.
Well, I suppose if we can see it, we should probably start making our tracks a little scarcer.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. I assume that's like I'm guessing that's survival. That seems like a survival thing. I'm calling a lot of survival checks today.
Or stealth. Like, just basically, I see the building, I'm gonna start hiding.
I mean, survival's really more like foraging and scrounging around. Oh.
Tracking, hunting.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I guess make for me a stealth check then to conceal your tracks.
What is our
That is sleight of hand.
Oh, I was about to say.
Oops. Nope. Sorry. There we go.
Even better.
Oh.
Even better.
You functionally
Okay,
just rolled with advantage, but it's A-okay.
Whew, okay. Let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, no, Tuki's got it. It's fine.
Okay.
So, like, we've kind of established that Tuki's got some pretty impressive tail feathers, and so Tuki just kind of does a very gentle sweep with them as she's going, just kind of doing that feminine thing of putting, like, almost like a little tweak to the hips to just send the tail feathers swaying a bit more to just obfuscate your tracks as you go. It's surprisingly effective. So...
Kari pays zero attention to this because he's focusing on the task at hand.
Locked in.
While you were learning to dance, I was studying the blade.
While you learned how to throw it back, I learned how to throw it up. There's a puddle over there. I need you to go clean it. Here's a mop. I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. I feel like it's funny, but I don't know.
You know what? It was pretty good.
Okay. Here's a mop. Anyways, so, as you make your approach toward the fort, the mine itself, you, what's your angle of approach here? You just kind of like following the path, or are you kind of trying to come at it from a different angle?
Is there any reason we shouldn't follow the path right now? Actually, no. The patrol on this pass is already behind us.
One patrol.
I don't imagine they'd have that many patrols on a single path.
No, but the path is also exposed.
True.
Well, from our angle, does it look like there might be a better vantage point to, like, scale the wall, or something that, like a wall that is more obscured by trees or stone, just not used as much?
I mean, if you mean like the wall of the fort itself, it appears from this distance to basically just be a single kind of fat tower.
How do we want to approach this?
I will sort of like give you a bit more of a lay of the land. Like, it's kind of like, it's nestled sort of up against where the like the main peaks of the mountains start to rise up again, good few miles ahead of you as you're approaching. So, like approaching it directly from the south, sort of following the road, will kind of put you among like the various streams that kind of flow toward that central kind of big-ish pond. It would be the easiest way on your legs, but would also be very visible. But you could feasibly branch out to left or right into the more jagged terrain to try and get like a better vertical vantage point to look down on it from afar, but it might be trickier to navigate.
See.
I would probably say that we go up on the ridge a little bit. Typically a direction they wouldn't expect people to be coming from. I'm pretty good at climbing. Do you need any assistance or anything?
I think I can handle myself in that regard.
Alright. So I think before we would get too much further into view, we should probably start taking the mountain pass, or not pass. Go up on the rocks.
Yes, that would be wise.
All right. So, after a while, you kind of break off from the path and start making your way up into the more like the jagged slopes and sort of craggy little bluffs and plateaus that sort of frame the outermost fringes of this valley. For the purposes of making good time, I would like both of you to make for me athletics checks. All right, you're both doing fine. It's a little tough on your calves and your thighs a little bit, but you're doing all right, all told. And before too terribly long, you sort of find an elevated bluff, maybe like about a mile out from the fort. And you sort of tuck yourselves in amongst the sort of copse of trees that are kind of hugging the top of this little bluff, sort of obscured by shrubs and pine needles. And you get to look down on the fort from much closer up. And looking at it from here, you can make out a single, tall, tower-like structure, very broad. You can just about, well, actually make perception checks for me, and let's see how much information you can glean from this vantage point. All right, so a natural 1 and a 14. So, not great numbers. As you look...
Kari just determined.
Tuki, I got some dirt in my eye. Can you give me a moment while I clean it out, please?
Sure.
That's even better. That's even better.
All right. So with a 14, through the snow and the haze, you can kind of just make out like the broad strokes. Finer details, you would either need to wait for clearer conditions or get closer, but you make out the tall sort of central tower. You can see that there are a handful of structures around it that are much smaller in scale and appear to largely be made more out of wood as opposed to like quarried stone bricks. As you look at the tower, it occurs to you that it looks really very old. Like there are places where it has been visibly repaired or refurbished, almost like a patchwork. It occurs to you that very much this fort probably predates Longwinter and absolutely was rehabilitated for its current purpose. Upon which note, the most obvious feature besides the fort itself is the square-shaped hole in the ground right beside it. You cannot see the bottom of that hole from here. But sticking out the side of the central tower, stretching out maybe 15 feet, you see this sort of elevated, like, wooden tower that leads into an elaborate series of rope systems and pulleys that descends down into that pit, currently at its uppermost position. You see a second system of these sorts of pulleys and ropes, far more heavy and mechanical with much more metal involved, that looks significantly older, a little off to the side, connected to a smaller but still substantial in size wooden structure, very plain, a warehouse maybe? Looking at the lift that connects to that structure, you see that at even points on the descent, there are large metal containers. Effectively, like, just mine carts, essentially. A conveyor belt of mine carts in a vertical loop that connects to that warehouse. You do, of course, see a handful of other structures sort of surrounding the central fort, but you can't discern their precise function from here. You also do not see a ground entrance to the fort from here. What you see is an exposed staircase on its western side, the side you're kind of facing at the moment, that leads up to its second story, where it appears to enter into a gatehouse of some description. An elevated, sort of like the roof of that gatehouse is separate from the rest of the fortress tower, and you imagine probably has grating that would allow anyone standing on top of that to shoot down on any unwanted intruders through that front entrance. You can just barely make out the flicker of firelight through slits in the walls, arrow slit windows. And you can just about make out a oversized tapestry housing the symbol of the jade halberds blowing stiffly in the cold wind over that sort of front gatehouse.
They really love that branding, don't they?
I would have thought something like this would have been more secretive about it.
Bless you.
Oh, the dad's also in my beak. Anyways. Yes. Well, Tuki. We are in the kind of in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. And even then, I don't know who would look twice if they knew it was kobolds being treated this way.
I suppose it just feels too familiar to feel the same way.
Yes, it's well, there are I said you and I both know, but prejudices. Oh well. Well, we wanted to get closer, or are we content just staring over the cliff here?
It doesn't look like there's a ton of activity. Can probably get closer, but at this point, it looks like it's too exposed. I would probably wait till dark, personally.
Yes. Did we say what time we would be back, and when they should start getting concerned?
I don't think so, but we could just let them know that we need to. We could go back now and tell them that we need the cover of darkness. Or we could just keep going and count on them to know that we would give a signal somehow if we were in trouble.
Yes, well, I have faith that they wouldn't rush headlong into anything rash. Or at the very least, Boron wouldn't let Ludviek and Minnove rush in headlong.
Yeah. Situationally, I think Minnove might, but Boron seems reluctant, and Ludviek's just trying to keep everybody alive.
Minnove may have her moments, but I think she would be smart enough to know not to come by herself.
I meant no offense, it's her mother.
Yes. I take back what I just said. She might actually be stupid enough to try that.
I think stupid's a little harsh. I think desperate,
it may be a bit harsh.
lonely.
Yes. It doesn't mean it's not stupid. Yeah, we should probably go back and tell them.
Yeah. So I'm just not seeing a good enough spot for us to get any closer right now while it's light.
Yes, we should tell them our plan.
Alright.
How far can you throw a paper airplane?
The fuck is a paper airplane?
You mean like the folded paper to look like a bird? Or
Yes.
insect?
The paper bird. How far can you throw a paper bird?
I have to be away from my microphone for a second. I'm still here. I just have to tilt my head back because my nose spontaneously started bleeding.
Okay.
Oh no.
Carry on. I'm still here.
I'd like to say decently far.
Do you think you can make one that can reach the camp?
The one we're in front of?
No, our camp.
From here?
Yes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We walked about an hour to get here.
No, it was worth a shot.
All right.
I'm also just trying to fill the gap between the DM telling us that we go back to the camp to tell them our plan.
I was waiting for you guys to shut up so I could start narrating that. Every time I opened my mouth, you started saying something new, and it's like, well, I want to let my players do their thing. If they want to roleplay, I will let them roleplay.
It's like, oh no, the two yappers.
I feel like everyone in this group sans Boron as a yapper.
I could be.
You could be, but you're not. Boron is very reserved with his words.
We just haven't touched on subjects that Boron's autistic about yet.
True.
Okay. So, with that sort of a bit of conversation squirreled away, you give that fort, that towering block of stone in the snow, one more cursory glance, just to see if you can spot anything else. Nothing comes to your attention for the moment, though, with your previous rolls, and so you gather up your things, your legs once more rested, and retrace your steps, making your way back for where your party are waiting for you, having set up camp. For the rest of you, it is about 2 hours after you separate from Tuki and Kari before they return, just kind of a little past short night's end as they sort of apparate back into your midst through some of the tree line.
Was it already night?
No, short night, basically noon.
Okay.
As a reminder, there's a brief hour-long period at around midday in this setting where the sun passes behind the pale ring. It's basically a daily solar eclipse, that sort of light level. Lasts about an hour, maybe a little less, and then it's back to day as normal.
Well, with that reminder, we could have used that hour.
You certainly could have.
Yeah.
We can, if you want, like, that is a thing you guys would know in setting. I keep forgetting it because I'm a dumbass, but it is an intrinsic part of the setting. If y'all want, we can rewind that so that you can use that, or try at least.
Yeah, the only reason we're coming back is it's like, well, if we're going to be here all day, we should probably tell them.
Fair.
But yeah, so like if that's around the time, I think it'd be wise to take advantage of short night for a quick scout run.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Go ahead then. If it's sorry guys, we're not coming back to you quite yet as anyway. So,
sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead then, you two, and make for me stealth checks. All right, a 25 from Tuki. Or 26.
26.
So a 26
okay.
and 10 less than that. Still both good numbers. All right, so with those values set, you start making your way, you sort of circle around down the bluff you were on and start, creeping your way closer to the fort and the mine. What in particular do you want to try and get a closer look at for this brief window that you have the cover of darkness?
I think Tuki would want to try and see if there was a way to assess what these other surrounding buildings are for, like storage, barracks, mess hall, if that's any of that stuff outside or not.
All right, so 26 stealth. So you, does Kari want to specifically stick with you, or do you want to scout separate targets?
Kari's entire reason for being here was so that Tuki wouldn't be alone doing this.
Fair
so
enough.
He probably still pretty close.
All right, so scouting out the surrounding structures. The farthest of the bunch would have to be, like, they're all clustered pretty close to the main tower. But getting closer, you eventually manage to, with that 26, you kind of take a long looping path around and start drawing pretty close to the main site of the mine. You can't necessarily make out any details of what's happening in the pit itself. Can't even necessarily hear anything. The lifts don't appear to be going at the moment. But making your way towards the outermost structure, which sort of appears to be that larger one I mentioned that has the ore lift attached to it, as you draw closer, you see that there is a fairly well-used path leading out of it. It's a fairly sizable structure, and you see a series of wagons actually lined up and parked inside of what appears to basically be like a garage almost, sticking out the front of it as you're kind of circling around. And you can just make out someone whistling with boredom on the inside. But just based on the size of it, without getting too close, it looks like a warehouse. Given that the ore lift feeds into it, it's probably where they store any ore that is collected down in the mine before they ship it off for sale.
Okay.
So, there is a warehouse that is also the receiving point for shipments of ore from the mine down below. I am going to have something, I'm going to do a roll here, and it will be at disadvantage because you guys are coming in at short night. So, let me just make a thing here. All right. You are not detected by the guard inside the warehouse. It took you a fair bit of time to get over here. You have maybe enough time to scout one more location on the outside. And look, turning out as it is, there's only one other major structure out here, besides just a handful of little wooden towers sort of surrounding the exterior of the pit. You find that somewhat more squat structure that was closer to the tower itself. You can see a chimney coming out the side of it, thinly trailing some smoke. And this structure appears a little bit less flatly utilitarian. The warehouse was just all business. This almost looks like it has a few touches of home attached to it, almost. Handful of windows decorating the outside walls. Might be a little tricky to get close enough to actually survey that without being seen, though. Even in this low light, you can just make out by the lantern light hanging from their belts that there are at least a couple of halberds up on the roof, keeping an eye out on the surrounding area. You want to push your luck?
Kari, I'm a bit curious. Do you think you could maybe give me a little bit of whatever you and Minnove are capable of doing that just makes me feel like I can go above and beyond?
Kari's just gonna give her a pat on the back and say, "You can do it. I believe in you."
All right, and receive a bardic inspiration, I believe.
It's called assurance.
Cheerleaders do it all the time.
Yeah.
Cheerleader, bard subclass. Someone do it.
Yeah, Tuki's gonna try with
All right.
some bardic inspiration.
All right. So,
Another stealth then, or
I guess
something
so.
else?
Yeah. Since you're kind of getting close. Yeah, another stealth, but you get that bardic inspo. Okay, so that's an 8.
I'm double checking.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, hang on. Oh, it is a D8.
Um,
Oh no.
Huh.
Wait, Tuki,
Oh, no.
you're wearing the Light of Lightning McQueen sneakers.
I don't even wear shoes.
Okay.
I
So-
don't know how, but you put them on.
Okay. That is a DC of 9.
Oh no. Oh.
So, you kind of go to start slinking toward that smaller structure. And as you are approaching, you suddenly hear from overhead, "Oi! Who goes there? Stop!" And you realize with a sort of lump in your throat, you have just been spotted. How do you respond?
Book it.
I'm not gonna leave Kari behind.
I'm pretty sure Kari heard that.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. That was a very loud bellow from the roof.
Also, I think we're like, I don't know, I pictured this happening almost immediately after you walked away anyway.
It wasn't immediately, but it was not terribly long.
What is the name of the courier service again?
The courier service. Let me double check. I have.
Corbett.
Oh,
Corvid runners.
Yes.
yeah, I thought it was corporate runners.
Corvid runners.
Oh, thinking on her feet.
Yeah, sorry, that was the delay as I was trying to figure out the name. Hello, delivery from Corvid Runners. Sorry, with the short night, I kind of lost track of what building was what.
Make a persuasion check.
Deception?
Yeah, deception.
Isn't that?
Hooray, I'm better at those. We'll see if it matters.
24. All right. The guard's kind of
Kari's biting his nails off to the side.
So the guard kind of you can't see his face, but you can sense his bemused frown. The Corvid runners. How's Catherick doing sending one of you? Whatever. If you've got a delivery, bring it to the front. I'll meet you there.
Sure. Tuki's gonna do as she's told.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. Kari's gonna kind of wave her over super quick.
What's that?
Kari's gonna wave her over super quick. Because does he actually have anything to hand to him?
No, but she's gonna.
Exactly.
I still have. I have stuff.
Okay. You have something you can hand him? Okay. Never mind
No.
then.
All right, so you sort of make your way around, sort of doing as you were instructed, heading for the front of the fort to that sort of exposed, completely deprived of any rails staircase. You see, sort of at the top of those stairs, it's kind of flanked by a couple of burning like lanterns on posts, kind of this reinforced set of double doors, sort of front and center. And after a couple of minutes, the door pops open, and out steps the archer you'd been speaking with a minute ago, and he is accompanied by a heavily armored jade halberd individual. You presume probably the commander of this whole operation. He looks to be maybe like in his mid-40s, kind of not old necessarily, but he's been around the block a few times. There's some gray in his sort of swept back hair. There's a fugly scar going over one eye, sort of a close-shaved stubble. Very, very impatient sort of scowl as he sort of walks down toward you.
Kari is going to be hiding close by where you can keep all this in view.
Excuse
Alright.
me. Sorry.
All right. So, the armored individual, presumably Commander Terlock, he has that look about him. Comes up to you, looks you up and down for a moment. Well, the delivery?
This was a bit unusual because it was rather rushed, but I have a verbal delivery.
Verbal?
And Tuki is going to, from what little she heard of his voice, try to imitate it and say, while we were tracking them, they split up. I've broken up my group into as many teams as I can to try and track them down, but it's going to take a lot longer. Could use any sort of backup.
Huh. Okay. Make a deception check for me. Because of the fact that you have heard his voice, you would technically get advantage, but also because of the fact that it seems like a weird thing for him to do and say and all that other stuff, it would also be disadvantage, so it cancels out to just a regular deception check.
Influence gained, Kreia. Influence lost, Kreia.
All right, a 20. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Terlock kind of gives you a sort of an up and down look for a second. Damn it. Did he tell you anything else, or was that all?
Mostly that the majority of them went up the Forest of 1,000 Rivers, and part of the problem is that they are getting ambushed by the what are the groups called again?
You mean the sort of barbaric groups or what have you?
Yeah.
The adherents. Adherents of the old ways.
And while they're tracking them, they're getting bombarded by adherents.
Right. Well, thank you for the message. Now kindly see yourself away from my fort.
Of course. Any return message, just out of courtesy. That is part of my job to ask.
If I have a return message, I'll send one of my men to give it to him. You've gone far enough out of your way as it is. Be on your way.
Understood. Thank you for your time. If you're satisfied with their service, please use this again sometime. And she'll just turn around and leave.
Please fill out this survey.
Please fill out the survey. You will get a free churro the next time we do a service for you.
You just kind of hear Terlock grumbling something under his breath as he turns and heads back inside.
Are you not going to tip?
Don't push it. Don't push it.
Yeah, Tuki's gonna just take the direct, obvious road out.
All right. Short time later, short night begins to subside. Sun withdraws, or the sun comes back out, rather. I presume you link back up a short ways up the road.
Yeah. We're not going to do it where they're definitely going to be watching Tuki while she's walking away.
That's why I said a distance.
We're not idiots. We're just stupid.
All right. Well, either way, disaster averted. Well done. All right. So, after a bit of walking away. Eventually, you do link back up, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Uh,
Tuki, I have to hand it to you. You're a professional.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick thinking is about the thing that saves me the most.
I can see how you've made it as long as you have. Quite impressive. Now, do we want a chance still hanging around here, or should we go back to the group?
I think we should go back. There's plenty of time before dark again. We don't want them to
Yes.
worry either. And if they send anybody along the way, we don't want them finding me.
Yes. Now, did you happen to notice anything while the gate was open? Actually, wait. Can I roll perception to see if Kari noticed anything while the gate was open?
I'll allow
Since
it.
he was like hiding right there. Okay. Like I said that to Tuki. Wait a minute, I could do that too.
All right. Okay, so I mean, a natural 20 is
I got
very
the
good.
dirt out of my eye.
Yes, so a natural 20 is very good. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a whole lot to see through that door. It looks like it, again, it just kind of looks like it leads into like just an entrance cube, essentially. To kind of give you an idea, I'm going to do some, I'm going to commit some blasphemy, and I am going to draw on my map here to give you an idea of shape. So, nope, hold on, that blue is not supposed to be up there. I don't know if you can even see this. Let me know if you can or not.
Are you
in
drawing
short-
it on Fort Rediron or somewhere else?
Okay.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I can see
So
it.
that is the main fortress walls, like the main keep itself. Where Tuki was, there was this sort of gatehouse-ish thing kind of attached to it from the side with the stairs leading down. So it was sort of on this spot on these stairs where that conversation happened. The interior that you got to glean was just this little spot here, and it looks like it's literally just a spot that's like a choke point to funnel people through. You're not sure what's on the other side. Or like what's in here, rather.
This is an expensive-ass fort.
I modeled it off of an actual Norman keep design. I spent many days slaving over the layout.
Oh, I know exactly how those are laid out. I built one in an hour in Minecraft.
Yeah, what video do you think I watched to get this layout? We watched the same YouTube video, I'm pretty sure. Back in character, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he actually... So then he's going to rephrase the question. I wasn't able to see too much. Were you able to catch anything while you were actually at the door?
Seems like they personalized it a little bit. So I kind of imagine that someone there at all times.
Well, I guess that's something we found out at least.
Yeah, so you know that one of the exterior structures is a warehouse, and one of them, the closer of the two, seems more personalized, but what is in it, you're not sure.
Now that we're in private, there's something I've kind of been curious to ask about, just because was a problem a couple days ago. How do you deal with yours?
Well, Tuki. I think a good... I'm in the middle of it right now. I don't think it's nearly as strong as yours, but I'm funneling it towards a specific goal of mine, and so far that seems to be helping. After that, I'll see what goes. I'll see what happens.
Does it always go in one direction? Can you choose what direction?
Does what Kari just say make any form of canonical sense, Skij? I don't want to start making things up about this system you've created.
Right. So, as it is, the idea that you can focus your attention on something specific as a treatment for the yearning is documented as a thing that can help. It's not universal. And again, the yearning can, of its own accord, pull Kraven in certain directions, in severe cases like Tuki's. I don't think Kari's yearning is so intense that it actually physically tugs him in certain directions the way Tuki's does with her. So it's more just a case that you're channeling the energy and the stress of it into a specific goal to soothe it. Which is a bit different from Tuki's condition.
No.
Okay. All right. In that case, he's just going to say,
Tuki, how many of the Kraven have you talked with this about?
Pretty much just my parents and my older brother and younger sister.
Well, unfortunately, I can say in my own studies on the subject, it's different for each one of us that it affects. And I don't know if I've encountered reading about one nearly as intense or strong as yours. That's actually quite fascinating. But I know for me it's not nearly as strong. And now I just focus it on a specific goal. As I said before, and once that's done, I guess I'll find out where to go from there.
Would it be too personal to ask what you're focusing on?
I think we'll cross that bridge later. For now, we should probably head back to the camp and inform them of everything. Don't want you to be stressing about too much.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
Thank you.
Yes, I wish I could be more helpful to you, but as I said, you're very unique in your case, from my limited understanding.
All right.
She'll just nod and keep heading on.
All right.
they're gonna go.
All right, so now you're making your way back to the group, and in this case, it's closer to 3 hours, not 2, since Tuki and Kari left.
We yap too much.
There was a decent bit of yapping, but also you exploited Short Night to try and scout things out more closely, so...
Hey, it worked. You got information.
You got at least
out of a sticky way.
Got a bit of information, and you got a heart attack. I was worried, too.
Kari's just like, oh my gosh, Tuki, are you alright? And then she's just like, oh, it's just another heart attack. Like, oh, okay.
There was a chance a 9 wouldn't have been spotted, but then I had to roll 10 more than that, so...
It happens.
Indeed.
Tuki is a decent liar.
Oh, good liar in this case. That was a very well-fabricated deception.
Well, yeah.
For doing it on the spot, that was very good. Give yourself more credit.
You know what? Take 100 gold. Is what I would say if I were the DM.
I don't arbitrarily reward gold pieces for good roleplay. If this were FFD6,
Then the-
you might get a destiny point, but it's not FFD6, so...
Well, it's in a bag on the side of the road. One of the mercenaries.
Anyway.
So, yes.
Anyway.
For the rest of you, you've been hunkered down in camp for the last 3 hours, kind of idling the time away with whatever menial tasks or mundane preparations you feel are appropriate, when finally the birds come apparating back into camp. So, y'all can unmute yourselves and proceed to proceedeth.
See, you say reapparate, and I just imagine they're just suddenly sitting there now.
Considering how good your initial stealth checks were, that wouldn't be far off from how it would look to everyone else. You just kind of, they're turning away, and then they turn back, and like you're both there roasting marshmallows. It's like, the fuck?
Sneaky peeky.
Where did you get these white things?
Now this is called a this is called a squish snack.
Ah.
I'm actually surprised you're not familiar with them.
There are many pieces of food I am not familiar with.
Okay,
But it's good to
this
see you back.
Okay, this music is really nice, but it's a little over-aggressive. Swapping it out. Okay, proceed.
You try one. He's gonna hand him a marshmallow.
There's not really marshmallows. I was kidding. That's...
Yeah.
That's because they're called squish snacks.
Oh.
We just established this, Skij. No, this is canon in the world now.
No. We've taken this joke too far.
It was worth hearing. It was worth hearing Skij's no of despair.
I hope it was half as
Skij
adorable
knows
as
that if he-
Sepia's. No!
Look, if marshmallows exist in this world, then so does spun sugar, which means we're gonna have a lot of industrialness in this time frame. All right, I don't think Skij is ready for that technological leap forward to have spun sugar.
That and
Maybe
also
marshmallows just
war.
grow on marshmallow trees.
No, that's marshmallow.
Also,
And you don't want to eat that. It's a horrible mushroom, and it will kill you.
okay.
How badly a death are we talking?
How bad do you want? We're not talking about this. Roleplay, damn it.
All right.
So,
Coming
anything
back.
interesting happened with you guys?
No, not really. I think Butterscotch farted, but
You know, Minnove, you didn't need to know that.
well, now you do.
No.
Yes, in actuality, it did not happen. It was actually Minnove. She's trying to blame someone else.
What? No! What?
That sounds entirely in character, and I believe it.
What? But oh.
See, she's not even trying to defend herself.
In all honesty, nothing has happened, which is good. Nothing happening.
Well, I guess.
Would we have heard the other group by chance? Did the patrol come back or?
No.
No.
Not yet, no.
Okay. So they probably
They won't be
are,
coming back until the morning. They're going to be
No.
probably staying at the respite for the night.
Which means, so what did you find out?
It's very open, very exposed. We weren't very able to take much of a look around. We did our best to take advantage of short night.
Is it, the less said about that, the better.
But they do have 2 lifts, if I am understanding the DM's description correctly.
You are. There
Yeah,
is a person lift and an ore lift. One lowers people,
I do-
the other brings up ore from the mine.
Torque did let me know that there are 2. One smaller and one larger. I don't know which one they tried to escape from and which one they're trying to observe more closely, but I'd assume both. I do know both. Torque did say that both are operated only one way, and that's on the top.
I mean, if I were to guess, probably the ore cart, but that's just a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my first thought was hiding inside the ore that gets brought up and then coming out from what has been dug up. But I feel like they would be looking out for that.
Yeah.
We could get a head count.
Hmm?
If we could get a head count.
Of how many are down there?
Well, not just how many mercenaries we're dealing with.
Oh, that'd be fantastic if we could.
Is this an operation being run by the mercenaries, or are they being paid to do this?
They're
To
being
your
paid.
understanding, the mercenaries are basically contracted by someone else to be the security detail and sort of overseers of the mining operation. Like, they're not running the mine. Someone else owns it. They're just here to make sure it keeps working and that the kobolds don't escape. Because you don't have to pay the kobolds if they're enslaved.
Yes, Gage, that's what enslavement is. Mm-hmm.
People die when they're killed, and this is how it should be.
Whoa, I can't believe you just advocated for this sketch. You kind of messed up. We fought a war over it.
I'm not...
Yes, we fought a war where people would not die when they're killed. For shame.
Right? They just kept returning
Fortunately,
back.
in that
They
war,
kept
we found
fucking
out you died
Yep.
and you killed.
They just kept getting
Sorry.
punted back to the fold of time to get spit back out the next time a stupid cup showed up.
Okay, we're
Either
getting
way.
off track.
Yes, we
Any
are.
way
That
that we
keeps
can,
happening. We've been going for almost 3
um,
hours. I fear we might be getting a wee bit loopy.
And any way that we can investigate, I guess, deeper into the mine?
It seems like it'd be very difficult. We could, again, take advantage of darkness and maybe take out the operator one way or another, but
The only issue with that is it brings alert that someone's here to do something.
it's just everything there is very exposed to itself.
And even then, did you by chance find a mess hall or cantina?
I didn't have enough time during short night. I can go back tonight.
Even if we were to use that part of the plan, we'd have to wait until the next time before they were to do another meal. At this point, I assume they've already had their nightly one.
Well, again, we don't want to do that
it's-
right now.
Yeah.
It's only like 2.
We wouldn't want to jump the gun too fast, too, either. Because we don't even know what the mining operation looks like.
It's very deep. From the
Yeah.
vantage point, no matter how close I got, I didn't get that close, but like getting closer, still couldn't find the bottom.
Torrent
And we
did
would-
say that they're expanding it more.
And whatever one we did do, we'd still need someone up top to operate the lift.
Yes.
And that person would be exposed.
Anyway, if we kind of want to get into there, we need somebody to open the doors from the inside. And that's going to be tricky.
There's 2 options I can see with it.
All right.
Someone gets hired and sees their routine, because we don't even know their routine yet. So if you see the routine, see the schedule, or something of the sort, we could plan around it via that. See how they operate the mechanism, the lift.
I
Have
think I
somebody
could.
in.
I think I could figure that out.
I have no
It
doubt that
would
you
be too
can.
difficult.
Not if you're a hire.
Well,
I know
I-
your issue was that they all know each other, but if you just show up as like, hey,
Well, at the-
Yeah, I would have to show up in uniform though.
I mean,
Or
you could just have bring out your resume. Do you have a resume on you?
No,
Well, we can write one.
it's nice. I'm not the best person in convincing people. I get
Part of
minus
me
2
just
in
feels like you
everything.
don't want to deceive them.
Like, I believe somebody would have to have appropriate documents with them, and even if we could forge them, we have to see
Again,
what they
the
look
what
like at the
ifs.
first. Yeah.
It's
We need a
Yes.
plan, and we need something now.
Right.
all right.
What if?
No.
Okay.
Tuki, what are you trying to say?
I don't think we're going to be able to sneak in or infiltrate. Like I said, it's very exposed. But we could cause them chaos. Could, from a distance, make some burning arrows and shoot their structures. And they would have to put men to putting them out.
Are you proposing guerrilla warfare?
It's the kind I know best.
And if that, in that case, we just kill the patrol that's already left before they get back, and the down 4 men.
And
Then they send
they-
another one out to try to find them.
There is a good chance they might be sending people soon.
They might be what?
Well, circumstances being what they were, they might possibly send some men to aid Ketherick.
Yes. Hmm.
Well,
Well, fine. I still say you have the perfect opportunity to ambush a certain group of individuals, cut their numbers down by what is hopefully a somewhat significant number. And then we just do that over and over again.
the thing is, at some point they'll be wary of that.
Oh yes, they'll probably be aware of us after the first few, but I don't imagine they'd be coming out guns full at arms. They'll probably just go, oh, those guys took a minute, go see what's going on.
Swords blazing.
Their swords blazing. With Ringlight.
I still
Swords
would like to
drawn
know
and
what your mining
hearts alight.
operation- I would still like to know what the mining operation looks like before we commit to any plans, though.
It sounds like we will actually not know until we're in the mine itself, which means as well we are going to have to leave someone behind to deal with the lift, which means we'll have to secure the whole area above the lift first.
Yes,
I understand that you're very stressed and impatient about all of this. I really do. But we have to tread very carefully until we know exactly what we're dealing with. And unfortunately, we can't get to the mine until we know exactly what we're dealing with.
Well,
I just don't think we can get in unseen.
So how about from the top? Is it covered completely, or could somebody like scale the mountains and climb inside?
Are you mean like the mine itself?
No, the fortress there.
Ah,
He means, could someone go from could someone scale the mountains on the side and come from the opposite direction? It'd be a lot of mountaineering, but
I mean, you
approach
could
from the
approach
opposite
from
way.
that angle, but it wouldn't let you, like, jump on the roof or anything like that.
So there is a complete roof on top, basically. There is no open space inside.
I'm sure there's a staircase up there or something. But I can get up there, not a problem. The problem isn't the climbing. The problem is there is nowhere to hide.
Actually, wait. Oh, hang on. Let me rephrase your question, Mick. Mick's asking is there a wall surrounding the place, or is there a roof? Like, is it all just one big building?
It is one building. There is no, like, wall surrounding it. It's just a building with a few smaller buildings around it, and otherwise it's just out in the open.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
I see.
And the mine is a hole in the ground. Not even inside it. So we can get to the mine, but that also means that their vantage point archers pretty much can see anything happening. Like, I can't logically see anybody
Well,
choosing to try and stealth that.
With who we know that's in there, our best help would be in the mine itself.
I don't know how helpful a bunch of ragtag kobolds will be, especially if they're kept, in the dark and on very limited rations. Also, keep in mind they do have hostages somewhere. Did he mention whether the hostages were in the mine or above it?
Also, Minnove, we can't get them out until we've secured the lift.
and we can't secure the lift without alerting everybody what the fuck we're doing.
Exactly. Well, we're going to have to do some way to take them all out. Or indispose of them, or trap them, imprison them, or knock them unconscious.
Ludviek, I don't know how to tell you this in a nice way, so I'm just going to say it plainly. We are going to be killing a good chunk of them. We do not have the time nor the manpower to take prisoners.
Absolutely. I agree.
If you're not going to help with that, then I'm not entirely sure.
I will use all force that is necessary.
Good.
Of that you can be sure.
And the necessary force is going to be lethal.
You can live without legs.
I don't believe you.
All right, then.
All right, you can live without knees.
No.
Excellent job, Ludviek. You've condemned them to a slow and painful death in the middle of the woods where they'll either die of dehydration or starvation. One of the worst ways any being could possibly hope to meet its end.
Do you want to argue morals, or do you want to save these kobolds?
Oh, no. Oh. I'm only doing it because I'm afraid you're going... I want to save them.
As do I. I will make sure no harm comes to them.
We actually do, if we can get somebody down there. I'm good most of the time, but if we get somebody down there, Minnove's mother is clearly of the same skill set as Minnove herself, and I do have this. I have a spare ringstone. Took it off of Veronica Shayala's body.
Who?
Oh.
The
Somebody we encountered.
Okay. I see.
Somewhere
I was,
far away, Tristan suddenly starts scratching at his ears.
I
And
was going to give it to our fourth companion at the time, but he needed to depart rather quickly.
I see. Well,
if we can get aid from down there, and give them aid in some sort.
And I certainly wouldn't be expecting her to be able to do anything with magic.
how would you get them in?
Get who in?
The ring stones.
Well, Minnove
I assume at this
will-
point it's already us in there, and we lower someone first. But even then, you'd be going alone into the dark, and there's probably more guards down there as well. It would be
I highly doubt they're down there, Ludviek.
Also, Ludviek, I believe that would be Minnove's element.
Minnove casts again minor illusion and gives like the illusion of her ringstone being like one of the poison berries that she had or something of the sort. Like something like mundane. Can
It is a
turn
very
it into
good-
one of these. Or something of the sort. Make it unnoticeable. Get down there. Give it to her.
I would not think that they would leave them completely unguarded down there, especially with digging implements.
I do feel
If
like
the-
they would have a driver.
Again, we don't know and we won't know until we're down there. Or until someone gets an idea of what's down there.
I think the safest way is we clear out the top area, and then work down from there.
Okay,
And-
well, hear me out this, Ludviek. If there is just as many up here as there are down there, and they hear or catch word or anything of the sort that there's an ambush, they kill them all.
Would they? How would they assume that it's just a bandits?
How would they
attacking?
assume not, though, Ludviek?
It's
We don't know what's down there. If we completely ignore what's down there, we don't know what we're going into and what we're bringing out.
If they hear
How
that their
many
fort
we're
is under-
saving.
If one
Minnove.
thinks that their fort is under attack, they would want to rush to defend the fort from the walls. They would not worry so much about their slaves, especially if they have ways of keeping them locked up.
Even then, Minnove, you're coming at this from the perspective that they know who we are and why we're here.
Yes. We could very
Like-
well just be a rival group of mercenaries who have decided to pillage this mine.
Yes, it's
Like that small.
Sometimes the simplest answer is usually the easiest one. Sorry,
Minnove.
it's usually the correct one. I am getting the parables mixed up again.
Minnove, you are going to have to be patient here. This isn't the group of ragtag bandits over at Lamb Song. These are some of the most highly trained and equipped mercenaries.
I am
available
aware.
here. Then act like you're aware. We can't just rush in. There's 5 of us.
You are finishing
Minnove
butterscotch. There are 6.
We'll stand up and like just huff off for a moment.
Tuki,
Yes?
would you be willing to go after her? Probably about a minute when she's had a second to cool off. You're the only one that she's going to listen to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Tuki will count exactly to 60 before going outside.
good idea.
Did you by chance, Kari, get to see any of the layout of the place? Maybe we could...
So he's going. Kari is basically just going to describe the building layout that he saw.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, that Tuki relayed to him because he had dirt in his eye.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then he's going to mention, well, and the keep is very well fortified. It's very well fortified, actually. It's almost like they expect to be under siege at some point. Yeah, there was another gate, a narrow stairway on the other side of the gate when they opened it.
I actually doubt they built this here for the operation. It's probably more likely that this was left here and they rebuilt it.
Yes, that would make the most sense. But no, it's not something you could very easily just walk into.
So possibly it already was a mine and a fort to begin with, but then abandoned and then reopened?
That I couldn't tell you, just from looking at it. All I know is that if I had a score of good mercenaries behind me, it would be a very difficult task indeed.
Ergo, you might have to go subterfuge.
Yes. Which is why that patrol should not get back to the fort. They don't know we're here, but it'd be...
So you're thinking lie in ambush, take out the patrol, hide them, try to clean it up, wait for them to send out more, take care of that one, and then by then it should be a bit of a nighttime, and try and sneak in then.
It's a start. All I know is that we have an opportunity to lessen the forces of the enemy safely.
Of course, if we do decide to do that, we will have to pace ourselves, because I doubt we'll get much of a rest when we start this conflict until it ends.
Yes, we'd be basically laying siege in a sense.
Well, if we are to actually wait for the alternate group, can I estimate, distance traveled when they might actually get by this area? Is there a way to figure that out by when we came across them originally and how far they were away from the base?
Make
if they were
an
to head
intelligence
back.
check.
All right. That's his worst factor, but okay, let's try it. No.
You're not sure.
Yeah.
Best guess is at the pace you are going, assume if you're correct about them turning back after a night's stay at the House of Respite, they'll be back sometime tomorrow, but hard to tell when exactly. You had a wagon and a horse and they didn't.
Alternatively, they are mercenaries. Perhaps some coin could make them change their mind.
I don't think they would be willing to look away and go elsewhere this far away from any type of civilization.
Oh, you think I would send them away? No.
What is your plan then?
Well, if we can persuade them, well, that would be a few extra hands and a few extra swords on our side, ones that actually know the layout and everything we're getting into.
To betray their oath-sworn would be quite a steep price, especially because it would put a lot of knives in their own back.
Ludviek, I think you put too much faith in these types.
It's not faith. It's mere survival.
Still, I thought I would put the idea out there.
Well, it is a possibility, and I have one for you as well. And to which Ludviek then, from his pack, produces the bear trap that he got, and also his own hunting trap. We do have our own ways of waiting for them to step into a bad opportunity.
Hmm.
So while you two are percolating on that, let's cut over to Tuki and Minnove. So, Minnove, you kind of huffed away from the camp, kind of agitated.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
assume she walked like maybe like a couple feet away. Like not too far to where it's like inconvenient.
Hmm.
But like far enough where she's just like she can still like see and like kind of hear everyone.
Hey,
Hey. Sorry.
for what?
Getting mad at Kari. Ludviek and Boron and you're only helping, but it I don't know. It feels like we're missing half of what we need. And I don't want to trigger anything just yet. And the fear with triggering something might lead into a bigger issue. We don't even know who hired these guys.
Oh, it's a tricky spot. I actually got caught.
I'm glad you made it out.
Yeah, you and Kari aren't the only one with silver tongues. I just, I'm never as confident in my ability.
I don't doubt it. You got some charm about you.
Well, I think the trick for me is that I always have some truth in what I say, even if I'm still trying to deceive.
You know, that might help me a lot more. I hate the talking.
Me too.
It's all hanging on the what ifs and the maybes and everything. And I know I'm not helping in that, but it feels like circles and circles and circles. And then you're sitting there and you've made no progress with anything you've said, with anything you've done. And
Well, I plan
Just-
to scout again. And I'm
Tonight?
quite adept at repelling.
tonight,
Night is the best time.
yeah, it is. Absolutely. Especially if it's as open as you and Kari say it is. But that really does make me think that it's, I don't know. Seeing at least what's in there would give us an idea of who we're trying to save and what resources we do have.
I will be honest. I don't think there's a lot. I think we are pretty much stuck with what we have on us.
I know. You and Kari are right. Shouldn't yell at him like that.
Well, you're the only one with an emotional factor in this.
It just,
And go ahead.
it sucks knowing that this well-coursed, trained battalion, mercenary group of whatever the fuck they are, is doing what they're doing, holding hostage, and like my mother aside, it's like can't help but feel sorry for everyone that's stuck, can't get out, just in a deep dark pit in the earth. It's scary. The only little bit of light you might see would be whenever there's a lift coming down, somebody grabbing anything, and then, to be honest, I didn't even think about maybe there being police down there.
Yeah. I've never witnessed it directly, but I don't think if you don't want to work, you probably wouldn't unless somebody is standing above you with a whip.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to put dark images in your head, but it's something to be prepared for. That is a likely what if, and not a worst case scenario what if.
Absolutely. I do need to be braver about this whole situation, or else I'm just going to be useless. I'm just going to be standing on, waiting, twiddling my thumbs. I want to help. And I want to do something for this. But I don't know what I can do. It's not obvious. You know? And that's terrifying.
Well, I do think our best chance would be a surprise. I've given 2 ideas. If there's any more you can think of.
Not unless everyone's going to chastise me for it. It won't really work. But it's all I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be the hope, the dream, the wonder, the wishful thinking. If they thought of a way to get out there before, they have to have another idea of some sort to get out of there again.
I'd hope so. That's one where I would have to see the mine for myself to be able to have any ideas of my own.
Right. Anyways. I'm sulking long enough.
Would you mind helping me convince them to let me scout again tonight?
Oh, most definitely.
Do you want to be my spotter?
Depending on how they react, yes. I wouldn't want to scare anyone.
There's a good chance that I might go regardless of what they say. It
Fair.
has only happened once before, but my yearning wants me to go and do something about this.
I think I understand how that feels now.
So, I do not want to be the one that causes trouble, but...
No, I get it.
It is hard to ignore.
Yeah. Definitely is.
So, no big actions. Just looking.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. And information is power in these sorts of scenarios.
It is. We need as much as we can get, and an hour was not enough time.
No, most certainly not. Nightfall will have more. We can head back, get some rest, and take a scout tonight.
Sounds like a plan then.
All right. Let's go. Minnove will stand up, dust herself off.
All right. So, returning to the rest of the group.
And that is why I think garlic is not as good as onions. What are we talking about again?
Blasphemy.
Well, I can't have either. They do not agree with my stomach very well.
Oh.
Kari,
Yes.
I'm sorry for getting mad. You're right.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Now, you don't have to sound like a child who got caught in the cookie jar.
I mean, I feel like I have, though.
Well, thank you. I forgive you.
Well, thank you for forgiving me. Kari, Ludviek, Boron, Tuki, and I spoke a little bit. Scouting some more wouldn't hurt tonight. Getting more of a lay of the land when it's ideally a less, maybe, shift.
I have to agree. And at least a crude map would help.
I can actually make a topography one of what I have seen so far. So can Kari.
Helps.
We don't forget these things.
No.
Well, actually, I had dirt in my eye.
So you have said multiple times.
Yeah.
But even with my slip-ups, I do think that I tend to be the best in stealth. And since it'll be nighttime, I think Minnove coming with me to be a second set of eyes would be prudent.
Sounds good to me.
At least to be able to see in the dark and spot, I guess.
And I think at least that much. She deserves a little bit of forward progress, and if we can make some tonight, it might be easier for all of us to think with clearer heads together.
Alright. Plan is to do more scouting tonight? Or do you want to try to move entirely tonight?
I think scouting. The biggest danger is if we do cause a ruckus, if they suspect the kobolds that ran in the first place, we don't want their eggs and their children to be harmed. I think if we can find them, and maybe think about how to get them out first, then we can worry about actually engaging in combat to get the rest out.
Right.
Should we all come with just in case things do go loud? Or will you
A
just
bigger
try
party
to retreat?
would just bring more eyes, I'd feel.
More so wait far enough away, out of sight, line of sight, but close enough that if a clamor were to arise, we'd at least be able to make moves ourselves.
I think that'd be a good idea. They seem quite vigilant. Maybe in some of the rocky ridges that Kari and I used to skirt around them a little bit.
Alright.
That way we'll be close, so that in the not unlikely case that we do get caught, we're not trapped.
All right. Well,
I guess I don't like it, but it's sensible.
I mean,
Why don't
we're
you
not...
like it, Boron? So far, up until this
just-
point, you've been absolutely disagreeant to everything we've been coming up with.
if you haven't
Just
voiced
hate-
it by now,
I just hate sitting around. It's okay. I agree. It's sensible.
I mean, the five of us cannot rush in.
Yeah.
And so,
well, maybe if we were 5 Borons, we could.
They
Shall
just
be a
closed the
sight to
door.
see.
Well, that's when you would just stuck on top of each other. Become Boron Water. You'd be just as tall as me.
Oh! Ow! Ow! That's like saying stacking 5 Markipliers one on top of each other might be as tall as one Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry,
Anyway.
Mark. You don't know me, but I'm sorry. He will never see this. Unless he does, but he won't.
No.
Anyway. This is unfortunately how these tasks end up being. If we had the forces, but we don't. And once the fighting does break out, I mean, I won't deny that I can get some good shots off, but if I get engaged in close quarters, I am not surviving that.
You mentioned earlier there were some. How many? You saw only 2 sentries on top of the tower, or were there more than that?
But they have windows and people standing on roofs. There's a lot of vantage points, and they seem to be using them.
Ugh.
Just in case there was any confusion about this, I'm getting the vibe there might have been. The guard that spotted you previously when you were sort of creeping up on that external building, that guy was on the roof of the tower itself, not on the roof of the external structure.
Right, but I'm going with the guys on the roof, and then like they have the windows.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
are specifically for archers.
Yes, as I said, if I had a score of good mercenaries, that'd be a very tough job.
Either way. So, with at least the beginnings and hopes of a plan, and at the very least the next step of gathering more intel and information, you pack up what of your things you can, and start creeping a little closer to the fort to get a position set up for said scouting when darkness falls. And on that note, Spirit's a little rattled from the just complexity and difficulty of the task ahead of you. We're gonna call it there for the night, I think.
Oh.
Because we've been going for over 3.5 hours.
Oh
Alright.
boy.
Yeah. But that's fine. I'm enjoying this very much. It's neat to see you guys trying to pick apart this problem.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
have
no
a
easy
solution
answer
lined
here.
up for you. It's up to you to make this work.
Yeah. It's like we're kind of relying a lot on stealth, it seems.
Indeed.
Well, we don't really have any other choice because the fortress is what it is.
A fortress.
Or, well, it's not a fortress, but at least the building.
Right.
Oh gosh, I just had an idea.
Oh.
Oh, I'll have to wait until next time. I'll write it down.
Okay. Do so. Don't forget it like you did Ketherick. But regardless, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us for this session of Ringlight Fables. It was much fun. We will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep listening, and don't be a dick. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.